have to leave.
And welcome to Punch Drunk Sports, where winners win. We got a packed studio again. We have
I don't want to interrupt you. I got to leave.
Okay. Everybody's ready to go. We have a very special guest in studio. We're honored to have him. And Ari Shaffir.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Ari,
Glad to be here.
special.
What a great honor to be here,
my
finally.
God, finally got him in. And joining us, he won Last Comic Stand. He's got a special on Showtime, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And he has a podcast here on the All Things Comedy Network. Please welcome Alonzo Bodden. How are you, bud?
I'm good. How you
Alonzo
Doing well.
Bodden.
Live.
Fellow Clipper fan?
Yes. And I'm well equipped to be a Clipper fan because I grew up a Met fan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Constant losers and occasional winners.
Yeah.
Although, with the Clippers,
you don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
You ride the wave and it's like, oh, they look good mid-season. You're like, this will come to an end.
Now, let me ask you something. Do you obviously you love the team going to the playoffs, obviously, but in a weird way, was it easier when they weren't winning because there was less pressure and your hopes didn't get up as much?
Back when the Clippers really sucked, and I'm talking like 80s Clippers.
Yeah.
It was fun just because the games were cheap and nobody was there. And,
It was like that in the 90s.
Yeah, actually, it was like
Ron
that.
Harper, Dominique Wilkins.
Little Hope popped in now and then in the 90s.
Yeah, the Darius Miles and
this stuff?
That
I have so many jerseys from all the saviors that were going to save the Clippers.
I have an Odom jersey.
Yeah, I gave it to him because I had an extra one.
But the thing about this team going into the playoffs, this season, I knew they weren't going far.
Yeah, me too. Every year.
You could just tell that. It's not a hard bet.
Yeah.
But I don't know about blowing up the team, but I think it's time to let Blake go.
I think it's
so.
time to let Doc go.
I think Doc
for
needs
sure.
to
Doc
needs
and
to go.
Blake.
Doc
GM
needs to
gotta
drop
get the fuck out
GM.
of-
Doc
Yes.
can be a coach. He can't be a GM and a coach.
Yeah, I will get into a lot of that real quick. I just
Blake
wanna...
produced more movies and TV shows last season than games he played.
playoff series, yeah, for sure.
Played 31 games. He's got
I blame this
42
all on,
TV shows
dude.
coming out.
It all went to shit. You know when it went to shit? Neil Brennan's sketch show. When he did that sketch show with those two guys.
Yeah, and gave Blake the idea he's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what pissed you off more? That Blake gets hurt all the time, or that Blake thinks he's an alt comic?
No, listen. I give Blake this much as a comic.
Yeah.
He's a better comic than I am an NBA player.
I respect that.
That's as much as I'll give
Respect
him.
that.
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Respect that.
Currently, Ari, I'm old. My knees are gone.
Right.
Yeah.
In my prime, I'd say it was about even. But
Do you have that
That's
old
fair.
black man game at the Y where, like, no matter where you stand, you can hit a shot?
no, man. I got to sit on the side and watch and tell him my knees hurt game. That's,
Yell at
But-
white chicks to stay in their lane?
But I don't know. This is the problem with Blake, the fourth quarter. Just like, and again, just in the comparison to the Mets are a great little league team. They win the first 6 innings, right? Then they fall apart. Same thing with the Clippers, with Blake. Blake's great for the first 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, Blake Griffin averaged 3 points.
We've talked about
3
this.
points in the
That
fourth.
was his average.
I think the problem with
season
Blake
in the
is
fourth quarter.
Wow.
He can't when the pressure's on, when it's that moment
Yep.
where you got to
Yep.
be the man, where you got to say, "Give me the ball.
Yep.
I'm gonna finish the game."
He needs
Yeah.
doesn't have it.
an assassin.
He doesn't have it.
We've talked about
He
this
doesn't
on
know
this podcast
who he is,
before.
his
Hold on.
identity.
We've talked about this before on the podcast, where it's like to win a championship, you need 3 All-Stars, 1 franchise player, and not all All-Stars are franchise players. We've learned that from the Celtics. And then you need an assassin. A great example of that is the Cavs. You have your franchise player in LeBron. You have your 3 All-Stars, Kevin Love, Kyrie, and LeBron. And then you have
Smith.
Kyrie, who just fucking
you
is
said
lights out at the end of the game.
Yeah, but that's an unfair comparison.
Yeah, that's a
because you
crazy
have
good
LeBron.
team. Yeah.
Like when you have the best player on earth, that LeBron has proven he could go to any team and take them to
He
the
went to the
finals.
finals with nobody
He's
on
like,
Cleveland
I'll
his first
I'll
year.
go to the last place team. Give me 4 pickup players, and I'm going
Yeah,
to the
but look
finals.
at, let's say, the Warriors.
yeah.
The Warriors are like that, too.
The Warriors.
go back to
having,
past champions
having
who like
picked
that.
having picked up Durant made such a huge difference. My big problem, I'm not a Warriors guy. My big problem with the Warriors is the absolute worship of Steph Curry. Like he's the second coming of
I
basketball.
agree with you, sir.
I am so tired. It's like, you know something,
He
right
shoots
now.
so good.
Right
He
now,
shoots
Two
so
good
good.
seasons, and
He's
this
not
guy's
even,
Nah,
he's
I
not
disagree
even the
with
best
that.
player on his team right now.
What?
He's not the best player on his
Yeah,
team.
but he's
KD's
like
the best.
1B. He's a great player.
He's a great
He
player.
also allowed
He's a
Katie
great
to come.
shooter.
Without him, Katie's not there.
Right. He's a great player. He's a great
He's
shooter.
a crazy shooter.
But the
Crazy shooter.
The
So much fun
worship
watching
of
him.
him
I hate
is
it.
what wore me out. It was like, in his free time, he saves puppies. He's going to cure cancer as soon as
Well,
he
he's
retires.
a Christian. He's a
You know.
little guy, so everybody can relate to him.
His
I
mom's
can
hot.
play.
His mom's hot.
His mom's decent.
Yeah, well, his dad was a pro ball player. Of course, his mom's hot. If you're
Exactly.
in the NBA,
Yeah,
your
exactly.
wife's going to be hot. That's
But this
kinda
is
how
like
it
the
works.
generation of
Yeah,
those
yeah.
like super athletes that Sam talks about, where it's like these guys are banging hot ass, athletic, women, and now we're starting to see their kids are lights out players.
Yes.
You
I
know?
mean, well, we have two players on that team that grew up in NBA gyms that were taught how to shoot by NBA coaches, him and Klay Thompson.
Right. They learn from the best.
So basically what this Warriors team, they took a team that won the most games ever in the regular season, and they got rid of the one chink in the armor, and that was Harrison Barnes, and they replaced it with the second best player in the NBA.
Yeah,
Harrison
but-
Barnes is crazy.
What?
Harrison Barnes is a crazy person. I love him. He's the new Rodman without the talent.
Yeah, there's
Harrison Barnes? No, you're thinking Matt Barnes.
I sure am. Wow, Matt Barnes is nuts. He's nuts at Matt Barnes.
Matt Barnes. Is
Wow, I love that guy.
you know who I think is the new Rodman?
Who?
DJ. From the Clippers. Yeah. He's a giant. Look at his game. He's a giant Rodman.
I'll tell you this.
Rebounds.
Oh, you mean not attitude?
No, I'm talking about his
His game itself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Rebounds.
He does all the
block
dirty
shots,
things.
Just doesn't work. Like scoring is not his main thing.
It's not his
right?
focus.
But he
Right.
can
It's not
still
his
get-
focus. It's like give me the ball and I'll dunk.
I'm not interested in scoring at this
his
point.
range, and I love it. His range is 3 feet. He's like, if I'm more than 3 feet from
See,
the
that's
basket,
why I
I'm
disagree
out of my
with you.
range.
Dennis Rodman could actually hit shots. He was notorious
But
for
he
doing
didn't.
it. But he didn't
hit
want
him on
to.
occasion. He hit him on. But
He actually scored 20 points a game in the
but
in
DJ
college.
and DJ scores. How many times does DJ have double doubles? He always
Problem with
scores.
A lot.
DJ is you
He
can't put
always
him and
scores.
Blake together because they both slack off. They let the other one do all the rebounding.
I'd rather keep. I'd rather keep.
No.
Keep
How
DJ.
do you say?
Keep
How do you
DJ.
say DJ lets the other one do the
Look at their
rebounding? when
rebounding numbers
look at
when they play
DJ
together.
has led
I
or
agree-
been second in
He
rebounding.
wants to get rid of him.
every
I agree
season.
with you.
Every season, he either leads the league or comes
I'd rather
in second in
I'd rather
rebounds.
pay McGee $2 million a year,
Havali?
free up that cash for a shooter than to pay a guy in a jump shot league whose whole job is to swat layups.
We're gonna play keep him or ditch him. Clipper fans only.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a sympathizer.
Barnes. No. DJ.
Absolutely keep.
I agree with you 100%.
Absolutely.
Who's DJ?
DeAndre
DeAndre
Jordan.
Oh, yeah,
Jordan,
yeah. No,
the
you
center.
can build a team around the center.
Blake
can't,
Blake
not this
Griffin.
guy.
Go.
I would rather keep him than
Get
DJ.
some stuff for him.
No.
Get some stuff for him.
Blake's
Again, I'm
out.
with you. Go.
Blake's out.
If I get DJ or Blake, you got to get rid of one.
I would rather have Blake.
Chris Paul. You keep Chris Paul and DeAndre
Chris Paul,
Jordan,
guess what,
and
you guys?
build from there.
It's not going to happen because Chris Paul's going back as a free agent to the
Shut
New
the
Orleans
fuck up.
Pelicans.
That'd be a
Shut the
great thing, a
fuck up.
move. but
Back.
No, it's not happening. He's not leaving all that money.
Back
He
with
loves
Cousins.
LA.
Oh, he'll be paid. handsomely
Redick.
under the table.
Dude, I'll buy
Get rid
his
of him.
ticket out. I'll pay for it.
You love Redick. He's one of your favorite guys.
Well, it's handsome as fuck. Probably one of the greatest NBA players of all time.
I love he shits the bed every playoff. Everyone's like, well, he leads the league in scoring in first quarter. Yeah, because he gets grinded down by the fourth and he's beat up.
He's too expensive. If he was on the cheap, if he was on the cheap,
At this point, JJ's an old shooter that can't play defense. So
He's
you
gonna get
can't-
$20 million
you
somewhere.
Can't give him top free agent money.
he's gonna get it somewhere.
Someone will.
Somebody will be like, oh, we
Sam's
like
right.
you.
Sam's right. Someone will give him that money.
Maybe the
No,
Hornets.
let him go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Get rid of GM Doc. You can't be.
No,
I just
you can't
don't
be
think you
GM,
can be
just
both.
coach. Just
I just
coach.
don't think.
Can
you
he
can be
do
both.
that though?
Can he just coach?
Can he coach?
Yeah.
I think he can.
Yeah, he can, especially
He's
in
gonna
this
pee in
league, because this league, the players respect guys who played, and Doc was a player. This league, you have to have played in the league for players to respect you, unless your name's Greg Popovich.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So real quick before we get some more Clipper talk, where are you going to be?
Sam, before we get into that,
Ari's got a problem and he wants you to help
I
him.
know we're sponsored by Caveman Coffee, and you have Starbucks coffee on your fucking table.
Technically, we're not sponsored by them. Technically, we push product and
affiliate.
based upon we sell.
I would like to piss into the rest of that Starbucks.
Pee on the show.
This is for
Pee
Caveman
on
Coffee.
the show.
This is for Caveman Coffee. Tastes better than piss.
Fuck Starbucks.
Fuck Starbucks.
There you go.
while he pisses,
Where are you going to be, Alonzo?
Yeah, there we go.
This week
Dates
I'm
at the
going to a
gates.
club called Chuckles in Memphis, Tennessee.
You know
All
that.
right.
You know that sounds made up, right?
I know.
well.
I know. It's amazing
I've
that they
played there.
chose that name. Like, I don't know whose idea it was. Like, let's name a Chuckle Hut Chuckles.
Chuckles.
But yeah, they're actually going to a place called Chuckles
That's great.
in Memphis. So
Where's
we'll
your favorite
see.
club?
They always ask that, and that's always a tough question. I got a few favorites. He's actually pissing on radio, like anybody could actually see.
This didn't happen on
So-
Colin Cowherd, did it?
No, it did not.
Christian Leahy didn't pee in a cup for
You
you?
know, I was
we
just-
gotta. It's
I was
very
just
full.
at Brad Garrett's in
yeah.
Vegas. I
Vegas.
like that club a lot. Brad's club is great.
Yeah, they have candy there everywhere.
Yeah, Chicago Improv. I like that. That one's great. And there's just a lot of them.
You
that
could
I
have
like
a
working.
more different reaction to what was just going on in here.
I'm just trying to keep
trying
going.
Not to make eye
I'm
contact.
trying to keep going.
He can't stop laughing like he saw tits for the first
listen,
time.
I've known Ari for years without ever seeing him piss, and we had a good relationship. There's no need to add that level. We were good without that.
It looks like the tea you like to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Drink it. Where are you going to be, Ari?
I'm going to be.
Gross.
I have a storytelling show at the Village Underground, July 25th.
All right, Thibault.
How long are you in town? Before I do, I got a couple days.
3 weeks, but next week will be anal bleaching.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
On this table.
We got to work on it.
Yeah, we got.
We got to work on that.
Wait, it's not done.
no,
deal?
she said
No,
she'd do it. I
yeah,
just
she'll
gotta
do it.
lock
We just
in.
now that you've
Now we know
confirmed,
this is
we know
happening.
how to set.
Yeah.
We got to set that up.
I am going to be at the St. Louis Funny Bone next week, the 7th, June 7th through the 12th, and the following week I will be at the Funny Stop in Cuyahoga Falls from the 15th through the 17th. So get those dates and those links at samtripoli.com. Thank you, guys. And then, June 13th, I'm in the main room with a comedy, Chaos. Ari, you want to do that?
June 13th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're on. June 13th. Ari Shaffir's added to it. He is now part of the lineup. It's got Tom Score, Burt Kreischer, Christina Pajinski, and Russell Peters.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be a good show. Straight cash, homie. Go into it, buddy.
Guys, I was at the Comedy Store Original Room last night at 8 o'clock. Good set. Last Wednesday.
Did you just give a date for a show?
Last Wednesday, I was at the
Get
Melrose
your time
Improv.
machines ready.
Last Wednesday, I was at the Melrose Improv, 10 o'clock show. Went on around 11:15. Pretty good set. La Jolla Comedy Store 2 months ago with Sam Tripoli. That was decent.
That's
Death Squad show May 12th. That was at the Ice House. That was really good. And for the rest of my dates, find me on Tinder.
Yes. Those are great dates. So we got the NBA. What?
Tiger Woods first.
No, let's finish on the NBA and we'll get into
Okay,
Tiger Woods.
yeah.
Let's finish up our Clipper talk. What
All right.
would you like to see happen in the offseason?
There is no.
GM Alonzo Bodden.
This is the big question. There's absolutely no predictions for this offseason. This offseason is so up in the air. The first thing that has to happen is Chris Paul has to stay. And like you said, at 200
Agreed.
plus
First order of
million,
business.
he probably will.
Yes.
But I wouldn't blame him if he sees a championship run going somewhere else. It's like, look, he's
gotta
done
see no run
everything
there.
he could.
What?
He's got to see no real run there.
Well, here's my thing. I think he's trying to force management.
To sign
I
some
think
players?
he's putting out the Spurs thing.
Oh, it's not even a matter of forcing. In the current NBA, it's up to the star of the team who comes on the team. Like you talk about GMs, LeBron is the GM of the Cavs.
Kobe ran the Lakers.
And like you were saying about KD and Steph, so the only hope for the Clippers is that Chris Paul and LeBron are friends. So it's like hey LeBron, come on out, just give us
Carmelo?
one. Cancer.
Carmelo for JJ.
Do not want to see.
No, you don't want to see
Really?
Carmelo.
I
Anthony.
would like to see
Melo
I've
is
agreed with everything you
absolute
said about the
cancer.
Clippers so far.
Absolute cancer. I don't want to see
No,
him
you don't
anywhere.
You don't want him anywhere
I
near
think
here.
Chris Paul's the only
totally
one
agree.
to get him to play ball.
No, he's cancer. Don't bring him.
Yeah, I
in.
think if you're the Knicks,
So-
you should get what you can for him.
Yeah.
But I
We'll
wouldn't
give
want
you
him coming to my
JJ
team.
Redick and
the only
Chuck the Condor.
the three Clippers I see as untouchable: Chris Paul, DJ, and Jamal Crawford. Those three. and anyone else
hope
can
you're
go.
right.
Anyone else can go if they can build around him or whatever. Maybe they can lie to
I would
Paul
like to keep
George and
Blake-
say, hey, we're really the Lakers. And then once he gets over, say, just change the locker room back. They
Jamal
flip it
Crawford
pretty
is one of the
quick.
most underrated players in the NBA.
Yeah.
All he does is whatever you tell him to do, and he does it well.
Yeah, Jamal
Comes
Crawford.
off
And
the
if he
bench,
does that, he'll
starts.
go out shooting. He'll shoot his.
And Jamal Crawford is the only player that when I see him pass, I'm like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
No one is paying you to
Just
pass the
shoot.
ball. Just keep shooting.
NBA Finals are coming here. I'd like to do it. I'm fine with keeping DJ if you want to. I personally would like Carmelo Anthony. I'd like Carmelo. If we can't get LeBron or we can't get Paul George, I'd love Carmelo because we need a closer at the end of the game. And then I'd love to get someone like a Gerald Green who's like a 6'8" shooter. I just want shooters all on the outside.
but I'll tell you this about Melo. Do you know that since he's gone to the Knicks, Denver has a better record?
Wow.
And I get
they had
that because
Porzingis
they
last
gutted
year.
their team. They gutted their team.
Yeah,
But,
Denver, because
They're one of the
Melo
best
is
centers in the
cancer.
NBA.
In my
Melo is
opinion, the only guy that could get him to listen and not tell him you're not the main guy anymore
Is who?
is Chris Paul.
No way.
That's my opinion.
Also,
they're
how-
best friends.
Why are we at the eve of the NBA Finals and we are talking about the goddamn Clippers?
Because he's a Clipper fan and I'm a Clipper fan. He's a Clipper fan and you're an asshole.
It's time to talk about the Finals.
We are. That's what I'm trying to get into. Fine. Finals. Let's talk about. I'm excited.
Golden State for sure.
I don't know, man. I never
so?
For sure.
count out LeBron with
Me
this
neither.
kind of
I know they're
talent
fully
around.
healthy. They're a better team than they were last year, and they should have won last year.
I hope you're wrong.
I'm not saying.
I don't like Golden State anymore.
This-
Since the KD thing, I'm not really a fan of Golden State anymore.
I'm not either, but both teams have a legacy. This is one where, like, last year, like, the Warriors could lose and it wouldn't really destroy their legacy. If you go to 3 and you lose 2 out of the 3, now people say, were they that great? This is a
Yeah.
legacy
If you've only
game.
won one out of that, and they start to get older and break up, it's
They're gonna be like,
how
and
many more
dude,
chances do we have?
Let's not. I mean, like, dude, Klay Thompson has disappeared in these playoffs, and we're looking at the effect of KD being in here. And is he getting upset? Is this him going, dude, what the fuck? I'm not even shooting anymore. He hasn't had a good fucking playoff run. When was the last time he blew up in the playoffs? It was last season. It could get crazy, man. It could get crazy. I think it's going to be closer than people think.
They're really hoping that this is they really want this to be like the third fight of Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward.
They're
like, the first time these guys fought.
I think they match up really well.
I would never bet against LeBron. I literally think
agree with
LeBron is that good. He proved it last year. He's like, yeah, I can win the finals by myself.
What does he have
know.
to
But
do?
he didn't.
So-
I disagree.
No,
with
he
this
didn't do it by
Kyrie
himself
is a
last
huge
year.
part of
But
this
he,
whole
but
thing.
but LeBron drove the team.
100.
I would not bet against LeBron. When you talk about Klay Thompson, I feel Klay Thompson is a bit overrated because he's in a system that allows him to shoot so
Yeah.
much because they don't defend him.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't defend Klay Thompson when you have to try to stop Steph Curry and KD.
He was like
but
Juwan
so
Howard
this
of
year,
the
though-
Wizards.
I think
That's like
he's
people left him alone.
I think he's good, but I don't think he's great. I think he's a good player in a great system that gets like Steve Kerr, like Klay Thompson and Steve Kerr both had the same thing. Where Steve Kerr was like, "Yeah, of course you're a great shooter.
John
Who's
Paxson.
defending you?
Yeah.
John
You
Paxson.
know,
You're hitting open shots.
Yeah.
You're
Good.
in the
Smart.
shooter spot."
But you're going off that this year. They just got KD. The last 2 years, 3 years
Even
before that,
then,
he's been
you
lights
have
out.
He's been lights out because he's been unguarded.
you have
That's what
to
you're
double
saying.
team
No,
Steph
but they
Curry.
were guarding him.
Yeah, but no, they're
they're guarding Steph.
No, they
They're
weren't. They were
keying on
guarding
Steph.
Steph.
They're not leaving
They
him
were
wide
guarding
open, but
Steph.
they're keying on
They
Steph
had
Curry.
to
I would
worry
be-
about
I would-
Draymond Green because you don't know
Yeah.
what he's going to do.
They got to worry about those kicks.
So,
Those kicks can come at any moment.
yeah, how funny is it when Draymond
kicks.
Green calls someone a dirty player?
Yeah.
I mean, Olenek is a dirty player,
He should have
but
said.
Draymond
He
Green-
should have said, "I would know."
Yeah, exactly.
That's all that was
game
missing.
kick
game
those
recognizes
Trust
game,
me.
right?
If anybody can know what a dirty player is, I think it's me, and I'm calling that guy a dirty
Yeah,
player.
exactly.
Well, you
Exactly.
need dirty players in the NBA. Here's my problem with how and why I think the Cavs play the Warriors better than everyone because they hit that motherfucker.
They hit those shots.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He does not tiptoe.
He
to
does
the
not
goal.
like. Yeah, Steph doesn't like getting hit.
Yeah.
But the other thing though, last season, what you talk about this season being the one to prove Golden State. Last season was a season to prove LeBron. Last year's championship was the one where there's always going to be people who hate him, but there's no denying his greatness after last year's
I agree.
championship.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Except the NBA
I've
gave that to
never
them, and
denied
it's a
it.
cheap
This is-
championship. Besides that, I agree.
What? Say it again.
Except the NBA gave him the championship. It's cheap.
No, I disagree with that.
Asterisk for sure.
He actually should have been suspended the series before when he fucking drop kicked
Sure.
in the nuts.
Series before.
And they wouldn't even gotten to the finals if they suspended.
and then
Draymond.
Cleveland would have lost to a different team.
No, Cleveland would have destroyed the Thunder.
No way.
Destroyed them. I can't wait to see KD versus, if they even guard each other, KD versus LeBron.
That'd be
Because
great.
KD's been talking mad shit to everybody on the court. He's like telling mascots, get the fuck off the court. We're going to see how he does
I
when
like it,
Daddy's
though.
home. When Daddy's home. When
like
LeBron's in.
Yeah, well, again, you can't compare. And there's nobody in the league who can play LeBron 1-on-1.
No way.
He's too strong.
He's too
and
strong.
Too fast.
Maybe
There's
ever.
one dude that I watch him play all the time, and he does pretty well against LeBron, and that's the Greek Freak. And I've been watching that guy for a
That
long
guy's a crazy athlete, unbelievable
I watch him
athlete.
just throw LeBron off.
but-
I'm like, damn, that's like Godzilla killing King Kong.
It is weird how
Yeah.
sometimes the best guy who can defend
Okay,
a superstar is not
but
a good
who's playing
player.
now and who's watching?
Well, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah, who's left?
You know, who's playing and who's watching?
I'm,
The Greek Freak's got to listen. In a couple of seasons, I'll tell you the player who I want to see in 3 or 4 years. I'm looking at possibly best player in the world, Karl Anthony Towns.
100%. What about
Karl
Ben
Anthony
Simmons?
Towns.
Can't accept that.
Yeah,
got a
I'm
ton of
anxious
great
to
talent.
see how Ben Simmons is. The foot is difficult to come back from.
Yes.
Broken feet have ended careers.
Every time you say somebody's gonna be amazing, no matter what, when they're 16, it's like, let's just wait a minute.
Yeah.
Until we get to the actual
but
NBA.
Towns, I
Let him finish
I
puberty.
want to
Yeah.
see Towns in a few years. And
Where is he now?
He's so good.
He's in Minnesota. He's a 7-footer who can shoot 3-pointers. He's amazing to watch.
Do you think it would be a great idea to have the Timberwolves and the Pelicans switch coaches? I feel like
For sure.
their talent, their coaches would be like Minnesota should be running and gunning with those.
I'll take
guys.
anybody except Gentry. I'll take anybody.
But
except
Thibodeau
Gentry.
would do great with Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins. Two big
DeMarcus
guys.
Cousins, you were talking earlier about Barnes being crazy. DeMarcus Cousins is another one that I was talking about this on
He
another
really is.
show on the all head case team.
Yeah.
Like you're just not sure what you're going to get with DeMarcus Cousins. What mood is he going to
Yeah.
be in? You know what? And I think other players know how to piss him off. You talk
right.
about getting hit. He doesn't like getting hit. If he feels the
Gotta pinch
refs
him.
aren't giving him the calls, this or that. And the other thing is, it was a short season last season. How are him and Anthony Davis going to do together in the whole season?
We'll see.
You know, that's I mean, he's a great player, but that's a big question mark.
For them to learn how to play the 4-5
Would
together,
you,
at
if you
high
were
low.
Boston, trade that first pick for DeMarcus Cousins?
Ooh, that's a tough
Because
one.
if I'm New
If I'm
Orleans,
Boston,
I'm like
absolutely.
I can get Fultz and I can have Davis. That's a
Again-
good.
again,
combo.
If I'm Boston, I would trade that because you're like we're building a championship caliber team right
Yeah.
now, and this guy can help us right now.
Yeah, he could.
For sure,
And
I would do that.
It's a chemistry question, but I think the chemistry would be okay. But again, when you're dealing with him, it's like the Dwight Howard situation, right? When you're dealing with a superstar talent, but you have to be so careful of the chemistry of who plays with who. So,
Yes.
So could Cousins play with Isaiah Thomas? I would think so. But
I think it's better that than
I'd-
a point,
yeah,
than a point guard
I'd give
than
up.
another
I'd
point
give
guard
up
with
a
him.
first. I'd give up the first pick for him.
Now, is it crazy that DeMarcus Cousins, who hasn't had a winning season ever in the NBA,
Yeah.
could get $40 million a year on this next contract?
No, it's not crazy.
No, it's not
Why
crazy.
is that
great.
crazy?
No, he's a beast.
Well, I mean, like that's a huge amount of money for someone who's never
but
won.
but
I mean, is that his fault?
you also you have to look at the
He's
fact
the
that
man. He's
played
the
with Sacramento.
NBA is like the money in the NBA is going up
I have
so
no
much.
problem with them
Everybody's
getting paid.
role players are going to be getting $8-10
Alan
million
Crabtree,
a year.
$20 million a year. You
Yeah,
couldn't pick him. You'd only
know.
know he's in the NBA because he's 6'8".
Right. So no, you can't knock the market.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
you can't knock
I don't
the
have
market.
any problem
True,
with them
true.
getting paid. I have no problems with that. There's 420 of them. They're playing arenas that are packed. I'm talking about the fact that this guy has never had a winning season.
I hear you, and I'm saying it's still okay.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dude, let's give this guy an HBO special. He's never had a great set.
No, that's not true. That's not the same
true.
at all. That's not the same.
No,
He's
what
never
they're
been. He's
saying-
never been on a show.
Right,
That's a good show.
He's a great comic who's never been on TV.
He only performs
yeah,
bar
yeah.
shows, but he kills on those bar shows.
Right.
Okay, I respect that. I was just throwing it out. So let's get who's gonna win. Thoughts? We'll go around.
I'm going with the Cavs.
I'm going
Cavs
Cavs
and how
in
many?
6.
I'm going Cavs.
And how many?
Oh, it'll go 7.
7. Cavs.
Who's got home court? How do they do it? Best
Warriors,
record, or do they do
Warriors,
back and forth on
Warriors got-
All-Star
They go
game?
2-2, 1-1.
No, how do they
No,
decide?
only
All-Star game or
baseball is
only
dumb
baseball?
enough to think the All-Star game determines.
Well, they got rid of that.
Yeah, I know,
did.
they
The
had to. It was
commissioner's like,
ridiculous.
okay, goodbye.
We're not doing that anymore.
Golden State had the better record, so they get
So that's
home
what they do.
court.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going Golden State. I'm going Golden State for sure.
How many?
In 3.
3. I
And-
knew you were going to say 3.
I
I
respect
knew you were going to
that.
say 3.
I would love to see him in 5, so it's not even a question. Like,
I think Golden State's got a really great chance. I just can't pick them because I'm a Clipper fan.
oh, let's talk to your mom.
So I'm gonna
Let's
go.
talk to your mom.
No.
Your mom's calling. Let's talk to
No.
her. Dude.
No, that's my mother.
Cavs in 6 is my call.
I'm gonna go Cavs.
Hey, let's talk to your mom. Look who wants to take a call. Oh, I got to go. Oh, hello,
You wanna-
Mom. Good to see
Yeah.
you. I'm
So
glad
what do
you're
we
here.
think
The,
Ari's problem is?
I have no idea. No idea.
He's got a
I was-
lot of problems.
I was gonna
Let's start
say-
with him pissing in a Starbucks cup during
The
a
other-
fucking live internet show.
The other
The
question.
jump-off point.
The other question, when you talk about the money in the NBA and this and that, what is the league going to do about super teams?
Sorry, dude. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, like, dude, this is an anomaly. This is an anomaly.
I don't think this is an anomaly. I think this is they did it in Miami. They did it in Miami, right? Where Dwayne Wade and LeBron were friends, and they said, you know something? Let's win some championships.
Well-
and they did, and they got together. I mean, the league now is players getting together, and like the question, like what's the big question now? Who wants to play with Russell Westbrook, or does Russell Westbrook want to play with somebody? Paul George. It's up to Paul George to pick. Like, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but the stacked super team, Golden State is boring.
Cleveland isn't to me.
Cleveland isn't.
You don't
Why?
like jump
State
shots.
is.
You're not jump
Because
shot guy.
when
Because you're a
when
Clippers fan?
When
You're not
Golden
hating.
State, no, I'm not hating. When Golden State added KD, and I'm a KD fan, and I'm happy for him. If
Same.
KD wins his ring, good for him.
Agree.
Okay, I can love KD and not love Steph Curry. I'm okay with that. But
I totally agree with
but
you. Why do
when
we hate this guy?
But
I don't
when
hate Steph Curry.
KD,
We do for some reason.
but when KD went to that team, then it became like this isn't even now. It's not even close because now you have 4
I
all-stars
agree with that statement.
on one team. You have arguably two of some would say 2 of the best 3. I'll say 2 of the best
You have
5
two
players
of
in
the,
the
3
league.
of the greatest shooters of all time, in my opinion.
No,
Let me play devil's advocate
wait a
here.
minute. Stop this of all time.
No, I'm
at
totally
least give it
disagree. I
5
think-
seasons. You think who's the nicest guy in the world? Reggie Miller. When Reggie Miller does a game,
said
he
one
could
of 'em,
easily
not
say,
the.
"Yeah, they shoot pretty good, but they ain't me. They ain't done what I did." You
Reggie
can't
Miller
have
was
2.
great. I
you
would
have
put
2
any
great
of those
seasons.
3 guys up shooting with
Ray-
them, and I would put
I say
Kyrie
give
Irving
it,
in
give
there.
it some more time.
Ray Allen's in
Ray,
there.
yeah, absolutely. Ray
But
proved it.
those guys are great.
Ray
I mean,
proved it. Steph's got 4 or 5 more
Steph's been
seasons.
shooting at this clip for 7 or 8 years now. He's been in the league for a little while. It's not
No.
like he's like 2 years in.
But
can't
he
go
hasn't
play Griffin.
But he hasn't been in this conversation for this long. Reggie Miller was in this conversation
to do
his
his third
entire
finals in a
Reggie
row.
Miller was in this conversation his entire career. Reggie Miller
1,
spent
2, 3,
7.
Dude, that's more than 7. That's 8 game. That's 8 seasons, man. 2 more, and you're probably playing what back in the 60s and 70s would be a full career, 10 years. 2 more seasons. He has shot lights out. He's in his 3rd finals in a row. And he is now, even though it's KD's more team,
great player, but I don't put the all-time label on him yet.
I think he's, in terms of just shooting, one of the best ever do it. Larry Bird's up there.
Larry,
One of the best ever
I'd
do
take
it.
Bird over Curry any day.
Yeah, because he's fucking. I mean, if Bird played today, who knows how his body would react with the training, the regiments, and all that stuff. But
Well, you can't compare eras because when you do the era comparison, if Steph Curry played in the 80s, they'd have broke him.
I just
Tatum, bro.
disagree with that,
Steph
man.
Curry, Charles Oakley would have elbowed Steph Curry once.
Dude,
And he would
they
have been
had
like,
tiny
he'd be like,
guys
oh,
back
okay, I'm
then.
going to go home.
They had tiny guys back then.
Who was that dude? Who was the
They
dude
had
for,
Isaiah Thomas was a tiny dude who went down the lane.
But Isaiah Thomas was tougher.
Isaiah
than
was
Steph
tougher
Curry.
than Curry.
But Curry could shoot
Isaiah's
back then. He
tougher
wouldn't
than
even
Curry.
come close. He just launched from. You wouldn't even get a hold of him.
Who's
Look
that
at-
dude from
look at-
Atlanta that always wore elbow pads? It always reminded me of Oakley. When you said Oakley, it reminded me of him.
Kevin Willis.
Kevin
Yeah,
Willis.
Kevin
That was
Willis,
another
yeah.
fucking dude you didn't want to come in the paint.
Oh,
Kevin
you
Willis.
didn't come in the paint. There was
Oakley?
the no layup rule.
Yeah, and I like
know.
that's what they got to do. That's what the Cavs have to do with this series is anytime that dude
Bill
tiptoes through
Laimbeer,
the
bro.
template, hit him.
Lambeer. I mean, you didn't have that guy. Remember when the Bulls got Oakley?
Right, it
His
was a
job
different-
was protect Jordan
Yeah.
because what's happening
a
is
different-
the Pistons are beating his ass.
Right. It was a different
Physically.
league back then.
Yeah.
You could use hands on defense. That hand checking and that was a Knick rule, right? They were like, we have to stop this because the Knicks are holding teams to 60 points.
But you also couldn't
So were the
play help
Pistons.
defense. You got called on defensive violations if you went double team the guy and left your man.
I'm not saying Curry's not a great player. I'm just not putting the all-time label on him.
Totally agree with you.
And if you say I'm a hater because I'm a Clipper fan, I'm okay with
No,
that.
I'm a Clipper. I hate the team. If I was the Clipper fan, I'd love watching. I love the shooting. I love the game. There's gonna eventually be. I feel a little. The NBA is gonna be like, okay, people are losing interest in this game because it's a jump shoot. There's gonna be somehow.
I'll tell you
They're gonna
what's-
find a way to finesse the old with the new.
What's really funny to me about this argument is you're arguing about Steph Curry being greatest of all in the all-time conversation. Yet there are so many haters that won't put LeBron in that conversation. Like now,
Drives
when
me
you talk about
insane.
now, you're talking about a guy who is arguing for greatest player of all.
He would have
time.
averaged
He's in
100
top five
points.
for
And I
sure.
will
Top five
say
for sure.
This was one thing that I talked to someone. He was a retired referee, okay, and he said, listen, I refereed games with Magic, I refereed games with Michael, Bird. He said, no, I didn't ref with LeBron. I was a supervisor. He said, but I will say this. He said, there's never been a player of his size with his skill set. He said, he is Karl Malone's size with Michael Jordan's skills.
Yep.
I mean, LeBron
He's a rhino
is,
that moves like a gazelle.
LeBron is it is truly, and he'll never get the respect, right?
Why?
He'll never get the love.
It drives me nuts.
It's-
And on top of it, no DUIs. Never smacking up a
Right.
bitch. You don't
Right.
see him popping champagne at the strip club.
Right.
Never late.
They've called it here. He's the Al Magical of the NBA.
First guy in the gym, first guy in, last guy out. Leader.
Yeah.
Good guy in the community.
And not hated by teammates, right? Because that was the problem with Kobe, right? Where it got to where people were like, I'm not going to the Lakers.
you heard rumors of
Yeah.
Kobe starting fist
I'm
fights
not
with
going-
Derek Fisher
yeah.
and different
I'm
people
not-
at practice.
Players didn't want to go to the Lakers because they couldn't play. They couldn't stand Kobe.
Where do you
They
have
couldn't-
him ranked?
Who? LeBron?
I have him top 4.
Yeah, easy.
He could go-
Yeah,
he could
he's
go top
He's
one?
on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
He's on Mount Rushmore.
yeah.
Larry
And
Bird's
that,
gone.
you know,
We lost the last white
the-
guy. It's
He
all-
might be
it's-
three.
it's
He might be
Michael-
three.
I have this: Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
LeBron.
No, I have Magic, and then LeBron. But LeBron could easily jump Magic. I
don't know. That's a tough one. I'm so glad you put Kareem in that because there's another player
That's
who
1B
people
in my
don't
opinion.
mention.
Uh-oh.
Who people don't, and it's like Kareem. This is the
Kareem.
guy who played in 3 different eras and
probably
won in
number
all
one,
3.
number one.
Yeah, But anyway, yeah, that's a good 4. And on a given day,
And then J.J. Redick at 5.
it's on a given day. How do you rank that? Even the Magic Michael thing. Now Michael took the title from Magic, but you
But
can't
Magic
take
had
away-
AIDS at that point.
And not only that, you know how great Magic was. Magic
hard to guard.
Magic made kids want to pass.
And wear condoms.
That's when you. That's when you change the game. Like when Magic came along, suddenly kids on the court were like, "Man, I want to learn to pass. Like passing's cool." Like
Let's be honest.
he-
He made black kids want to pass finally.
Yeah,
When we were
exactly.
in the
White
gym,
kids
I'm
have been
like,
white
doing
kids
it. We were
used-
always
all
doing it.
of a sudden, I'm
Listen,
getting no-look passes. I'm
Listen,
like,
if you
finally.
if you can count those chest passes and bounce passes, you got to add a little.
Look it
flair.
down. Look it down to the ground. In fact, I will say Magic Johnson was culturally appropriating white people with his use of passing.
No, man. He said, man, we got to make this passing shit cool because
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they're doing is
Is Tim
Thank
killing.
Duncan
God.
in the discussion?
But here was
top 5.
Here was
Tim
a
Duncan.
here was a thing. That
No. discussion, but not in the top 5.
Top 5 for
but
you.
Bird, now you talk
Bird's in my
about
top 5
wait,
as
you
well.
talk about
Bird,
cultural.
Cliff Robinson.
You talk about cultural. Bird, here's a white guy that talks so much shit that he said, if you put a white guy on me, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Like Bird, you tell Bird grew up playing with the brothers, talk shit. Called you out. Sure, he couldn't dunk. He didn't have that athleticism, but everything else he had. He had no look passes.
Can we
He'd
see a
call out defenders.
Larry Bird dunk
why
highlight?
is LeBron playing a violin in this picture?
Because he can do anything.
That's a great question. Top 10 Larry Bird dunks of his career. I love it.
It's either,
There's 8
it's
of them.
either the
There's
top
only
10,
8. There's
either
only
top
8.
10 dunks or just 10 dunks. Just they're the same thing.
Dude, very oft forgotten. A top 5 to me.
Look at him
Bird,
slow
top 5
down.
for me. I think
Bird?
Bird's top 5.
Yeah, Bird's top 5.
The championships alone.
Dr.
Does he
Jayson.
go full court on this? Does he go full court on this?
Yes, of course he does.
Comes right back to him. Yeah, bro.
I'll give
Just
you,
a
I'll
straight-
give you
straight two-handed dunk.
Another reason I think Bird is in that argument is because you took, like we were talking about Blake disappearing at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Listen,
Bird stepped up at the end of the game.
I was a
got a boner.
Laker fan. I was a Showtime fan. The last thing you wanted was Larry Bird to take the last shot.
And 3 seconds left.
You did
3
not
seconds
want
left.
Bird because Bird would just not miss. Bird was a killer at the end of the game.
The best was that 3-point contest he won and a hit like
Turned
the
around.
last 8. And just when that last money ball was up, he's just pointing up like, that's good. Didn't
Because
even watch
he
it
hit
go
the last
in.
8, and he had to hit 7 to get down by 1. The money
Yep.
balls were 2.
I
Shot
think-
it and just turned around with that. Because he knows goddamn well that was pure, and I'm never gonna miss.
Never
and,
took his
and-
warm-up off. Still wearing his warm-up.
I think one of the greatest one of the greatest games, but definitely fourth quarters when him and Dominique Wilkins went at it. Basically one-on-one,
Yeah.
Boston
I
versus
loved
Atlanta.
Dominique Wilkins.
They were just like, yeah, we're going one-on-one. And Bird won, but that was like
Yeah.
two players who were like, yeah, we're going one-on-one.
Travesty to keep Dominique off the top 50 players of all time.
Yes.
Yes.
Robbery.
Top
robbery,
50.
right?
There's a guy I
Who are
always
the
wish got a ring.
who are the last 10? I just want to hear those names.
Well, they did I think by positions, but they put Shaq in, and there was a big
Shaq should be
problem.
in.
Yeah, but at that time,
Yeah.
he hadn't been.
Oh yeah, he was in there for like 6 years.
Yeah, he's in for like 4 years. People are like, why is he in this?
Every list of everything top 10 albums of all time, they always wait towards the new.
See, get into these.
They always
Not
have a couple
this
people on
one,
there
though.
like
on
relax.
this one,
Who's
they
what?
added Shaq because they knew he was going to be an all-time great. They're like, we might as well just throw him in. And then people got pissed.
I think that was your last chance to not include him. You may as well had somebody else in, and then like, hey, next time we make this list, he'll
No,
be
These
in.
lists don't mean shit.
No,
But the funny thing was that Doc Rivers said, "Why is who's the
Media member.
Worthy on there and Dominique isn't? The difference between Worthy and Dominique was me and Magic Johnson.
Yeah, I don't
One
think
of us
I
had
don't
Magic
think
No,
I don't
no,
think
I
Worthy
wouldn't
should be
say
there
that.
with
I wouldn't
Dominique.
say that. I wouldn't say that
That's
because
what Doc Rivers is.
yeah, James Worthy had the greatest first step of all time. Big
Yeah.
game James, and he was big game James in the final. I mean, he won an MVP in the finals on a team with Magic Johnson and Kareem. Worthy was a big game, big time player. Dominique Wilkins had more flair. Dominique had more style. But Worthy has to be on that.
Dominique was
Look at
nasty,
Worthy's
dude.
resume. Look at Worthy's resume. How do you not put him on? Huh? NCAA championship, 3 NBA championships, Finals MVP. I just
Good smile.
I just did an event with this guy, and it was like I was reading everything he did. And it was like, holy shit! Why aren't you more famous?
Did he at all bring up the problem he has right now with KD? That
Who,
KD
Worthy?
Yes,
Worthy?
and
Yeah,
he,
Worthy.
and he
What's the
said
problem?
that this is a thing. He said it was a thing of media hype. He said that he talked to KD, and he told KD, he's like, I support what you're doing, this and that. What he said was, back in his time, you wouldn't have made that
Right,
move, which is true because back
You
in
couldn't have made the
in
move.
the 80s,
Wouldn't be
players
allowed.
weren't doing that.
Well,
in the 80s, players were staying with one team
The whole career.
and you didn't have that freedom.
except for
So-
Charles Barkley, who went
Thank God.
went around and tried to. He chased.
But
the
even
rings,
that,
went to
but even
Phoenix,
that was
and then
in
he
the
went to
even that
Houston.
was later. Even that was in the 90s when Charles did it. But,
yeah, it wasn't a
but-
free agency period, but I think he's even saying like, even if there was free agency, there's no way I'd go to the team that just beat me.
No,
We
he
have
wasn't
real
saying. No, he really
rivalries.
wasn't saying that. He was just saying that it was a different time and that in the 80s you wouldn't have done it. But he supported KD doing it, and then he said, You get a few reporters because they got to make a story, right? They got to
Right.
create a controversy.
The
So,
media's out of
but he
control.
said he spoke directly to KD, and that's why he was upset about the reporters making it into something that
Hey,
it wasn't.
So listen, you gotta jam in a little while. Can we
Yeah.
get into this Tiger Woods?
Yeah,
real
absolutely,
quick?
let's do
Yeah,
that.
Thoughts on
I got
Tiger
to jam
Woods?
in 5 minutes. So
Okay, Tiger Woods, thoughts.
listen.
Found
Tiger,
asleep at the wheel.
Tiger
Wow.
needs Jesus.
I thought he
All
was
right,
just pulled
listen.
over.
Tiger's been in trouble, right? He's already played the rehab card. He tried sexual rehab. The only thing now, you need Jesus. Now, normally they find Jesus in prison, but Tiger wouldn't last in prison. So I think he needs to find Jesus this week.
That's not a bad idea. Usually, Jesus, like Sam Tripoli has a theory that Jesus hurts athletes. Once they find the Jesus, they get worse as an
Or a
athlete.
Kardashian.
But at this point,
No,
I think he
Jesus
does need
ruins a
Jesus.
great
He
body,
does
I'll
find
tell
Jesus.
you, nothing ruins a great body more than Jesus. You ever
No,
meet a
hey,
chick
hey,
who's
hey,
smoking,
hey,
you're like,
hey,
oh.
hey. Ray Lewis killed people, found Jesus, got a job at ESPN.
Okay, I respect
but his career was over. His playing career.
No, he's
Tiger's
still
playing
paid
career.
after that.
Tiger's
Ray Lewis?
playing
He won
career.
a Super Bowl after
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
After he found Jesus.
Yeah,
After he killed somebody, then found Jesus.
right.
Like Jesus is like the Johnny Cochran of life. He just gets you off any of your fucking problems, you know. Tiger's just like, I don't know, man. His whole life. Now I'm gonna say something about Tiger. He wasn't a nice guy. I mean,
No,
infinitely.
no. He was one of those killer competitors. He was one of those win
But
at
he
all
also
costs
wasn't very
guys.
nice. You could always find out what kind of person, how a person's soul is, or how they're,
I liked
what kind
him.
of person they are, based upon how they treat waiters and all that
That's
stuff.
what I'm
He
saying. Yeah, he was
notoriously
no,
a
he was
douchebag
he
to
was
them.
one
Really?
of those. He was in that
Didn't
same
tip?
category as Kobe.
Didn't talk to them.
All about
Didn't make
me.
eye contact
yeah,
with them.
Yeah, I've
Could
never.
he have just been uncomfortable?
No,
No.
I've heard bad things about
Really?
who he was
Yeah.
as a person.
Is that
So
possible?
he's banging
Not a
this
nice guy.
fucking 1% of the 1%'s wife, and he's insecure, so he won't make eye contact with the fucking busboy.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, that's what I thought.
He was nice
dude.
to us when me and Renazizi met him. Hey, play that Tiger Woods golf commercial that me and Renazizi did with him.
Hey, can you find that?
It was nice to you. Now, was that, but maybe that was like early in his career. Like he just.
It was after his dad died. He was clearly already fucking everything, but we didn't know about it yet.
What role do you think Michael Jordan had in this? Who's that?
This is me and Renazizi playing golf, Tiger Woods golf
Can
with
we
Tiger
hear
Woods.
it?
Yeah, rewind it. He's giving me advice.
I would do some sit-ups. Whoever your avatar is needs to do some sit-ups.
It's me.
We can't hear it.
He's telling you what to do. Oh, that's right in the middle of the trees or the sand.
Well, it worked.
I got that shot off a tree onto the green. Yeah, that's in my bag.
that avatar looked like Morrissey.
Tree's definitely coming
He
to
looked like
play.
Paul Morrissey.
Oh yeah, I did. Fat and blonde.
And he looks like he would wear a bowling shirt.
Yeah.
Morrissey looks like a guy that was always wearing a bowling shirt.
Yeah. I just think that he had the world by the balls. And there's also something about pro athletes when they
He
don't
did have the world by the
necessarily
balls.
change. The real truth is that their handlers go away. So he doesn't have Coke, he doesn't
Well-
have Gatorade, he doesn't have Nike cleaning up all the mess, threatening to pull sponsorship if they run a story. Same thing with Michael Vick. Michael Vick was doing all this crazy shit when they realized he's never going to win a Super Bowl. You know, the handlers
No,
start going
Michael
away.
Vick, different story. Michael Vick fucked with dogs. You do not
Yeah.
mess
But
with
it-
them.
but that wasn't the
nobody
beginning.
gets back
That
on
was
that.
just the beginning.
I've said this from day one, Sam. If Michael, and this is fucked up, but it's absolutely true. If Michael Vick had beat a woman
He'd
and
be
not
back.
a dog, he'd have played ball that afternoon.
Because you know why?
You do not mess
You know
with
why?
dogs.
Because
You do
everybody
not-
loves dogs. Nobody hates dogs to the
Right.
point where they might not
Right.
want to have one, but they won't want to kill
And
one.
then- and-
Everybody's had the thought,
And
I'm
all
going to
of
beat
those,
up a girl.
all of those owners, all of those rich owners, all
Daily.
of them, they got wives who are members of PETA. And they're
Yeah.
like, I don't need
Well,
to
I mean,
listen
look
to
at-
this shit.
Yeah.
Yes, get rid of him.
It's
I-
not- it's
my
not
wife's
worth it.
on my
It's
ass.
not
Like
worth it.
he gave remember what was he, something Mexico?
Rod Mexico.
And there was all this crazy stuff. He gave some chick herpes.
But getting back
and all this
to
crazy-
Tiger, you know what I think. Part of the problem with Tiger, one of the things, and he's another one of these guys. Like we're looking at Lonzo Ball right now, right, with the dad who programmed you to be an athlete.
And an asshole, maybe.
When it works, it's great. Now, it worked for a long time with Tiger. But remember, Tiger lived in public as a golfer his whole life. Like, Tiger never got to fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like in life, when you might be a teenager, might be college, might be some point you get to fuck up. You learned. He never got to do that, right? And we see over and over people who were like that. They at some point they lose it. They snap. Tiger, if Tiger's
Yeah.
if
Like
you
Todd
look at
Marinovich.
Tiger, Marinovich is the worst example.
Mm-hmm.
But Tiger had the same thing. The Williams sisters. Now, when it works, it's great, right? With the Williams sisters, it works. With Tiger, it worked right up until being number one for 10 years. You're the greatest golfer in the world. Your dad dies. He's sainted. This and that. But Tiger he didn't have a chance to fuck up.
Yeah.
He didn't have any. And like you say, when you talk about watching his back, what kind of crew did he have when he had the chick phone? Like, you're one of your boys is supposed to have that phone.
Yeah.
You ain't supposed to have that phone. You the third guy in your posse. He's paid. His only job is to keep that phone away
He
from
was
your
notorious
wife.
for being a cheat. There's that whole thing with the Navy SEALs, Tiger Woods, where he brought out these Navy SEAls, and the fucking check comes, and they all stare at Tiger, and Tiger just sits
He's like,
there.
I got the hamburger and French fries.
Yeah.
What did you guys get?
Yeah.
You want to split this 12 ways,
Yeah,
or
Tiger's like, okay, let's split it 12 ways. It's like,
Again, if you had boys,
Yeah.
your boys be like, "Yo, man, you rich, you paying for shit."
yeah.
Yeah.
Like you. That's
That was
having
the whole
a
Chris
friend.
Carter
That's
thing at the
having a real
NFL
friend.
rookie thing.
Chris
He's like,
Carter shit.
get somebody to take the fall.
a buddy of ours, Court, is good friends with an NFL owner, golfs with him, and that guy, and that's billion, that's super super rich. He has a guy it's his job to tip
Right.
every guy that opens the door, and you know what he does? He gets $5,000 every day.
Yeah.
And
that was
$5,000, and he walks around, and that's what he does. Break you off 100, break you off 100,
Right.
break
And
you off.
That was
every
why
waiter,
everybody loved Tyson. In Vegas, Mike Tyson was a king of Vegas because he tipped everyone $100, and they all loved him. Like every valet,
He tipped
every
Don King
busboy,
$100 million.
I went to
blah, blah,
college
blah.
out there.
If you're rich, all you got to do is tip 100%. Whatever the bill is, you just double that, and everyone will love you. You don't have to do any crazy math.
Yep. You see the
well,
coach
that
of
was Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy says, just because I'm rich doesn't mean I want to spend it.
you see the coach of the Spurs was his Pop. Had like a $18 tab
Yeah.
and left $1,000.
Wow. 1,000.
Yeah, $1,000.
First
You're
I
a
ever
Brett-
got
you're-
tip was $100 on a pizza.
Did you hear Brett Ernst's story about Shaq? That I think it said it happened to a friend of his, but he was eating at some place, and
Does
somebody
this
came.
involve Shaq going, I'll give you $100, just quit talking.
Somebody
talking
came
about
over
politics.
and said, "Mr. O'Neill, I hate to do this, but like this in the other room, there's like my kid's birthday party. All his friends are there. Like if you could just say hi, it would fucking destroy that party. It'd be amazing." He goes, "Let me finish eating, and then I'll come over." Finished eating, spent an hour with them all, just fucking picking the kids up, and then paid their bill, and then left. Like they were like
Wow.
climbing on him
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's who he was.
That's who he was.
He was like.
That's who he was.
in L.A.
My bad, $5,000. There's an $800 tab.
He's like 5,000.
$5,800. Greg
And
Popovich.
And he left 5,815.73. He didn't
You
even
know
round.
something? That's
Yeah.
That's over 9 minutes pay for Greg Popovich.
And when it comes down to it, it's like cool.
$5,000. That's
Wow.
That's how much he made up to the first time out.
Yeah.
Wow.
But good for him for sharing it. That's great.
By the way, he immediately left.
Be
He
that
said,
nice.
cancel that charge.
Yeah.
Someone stole my credit card.
Oh man,
they had one
I
Jack
gotta
and
bounce,
Coke
guys.
and-
All right, man.
I'm bouncing. on
Alonzo, it's great to have you
Tiger
here.
Woods needs Jesus.
Yeah.
Ari, I've now seen you pee. I could have lived without that.
Yeah, I could have, too.
But
You
now,
there's
now
nothing
it's
my
there
day.
without the Holocaust.
so the next time I see it, I'm like, oh, again.
Exactly. Always got an
It's
hacky.
old hat. You want to plug anything? Plug your podcast. Any dates before you
Oh,
leave?
for sure, your
please.
podcast.
Yeah. Who's paying attention right here on this network? Listen to me rant and rave about politics and news and shit like that. And yeah, coming up, I'm going to be in Memphis. And then where the hell am I after that?
I've been seeing a
Side
lot.
Splitters in Tampa,
nice.
June 20.
I love Tampa.
Yeah,
I think
Tampa's
it's
a great
so
city.
underrated.
Third weekend of June, Side Splitters in Tampa.
I've
Thanks,
been
guys.
seeing Alonzo Bodden kill for fucking 16 years, something like that.
Old
17
vet.
years?
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that,
Hey,
man.
Great,
Much love.
great having you,
All
buddy.
right, man.
Bye, Bodden.
Guys.
Now, have they?
SeatGeek.
Oh yeah.
SeatGeek, for all your ticketing needs, we just use SeatGeek. Come here, Johnny. We just use SeatGeek for for to go see the Dodgers. Great game. We got to see like 7 home runs.
That's right.
It was pretty sweet. SeatGeek. Go to SeatGeek. Use the promo code PunchDrunk.
Yep, one word, no space, Punch Drunk. And the best way to do it is just get the app. Of course, if you're carrying around your laptop or if you're at home, you can always go to SeatGeek.com, use the code Punch Drunk there. But why not get the app? Why not have it on your pocket, in your phone, on your body, with you all the time? You got it. Go to SeatGeek and download the app. Go to the promo code, put in Punch Drunk. That gets you $20 off of your first tickets. Concerts, sporting events, NBA playoffs, NHL finals, baseball, you name it. SeatGeek is your friend for that.
I might be able to go with you guys to the Cubs game.
It was this weekend and you missed it.
Oh, this past weekend?
Yeah.
I thought it was coming Friday.
No, it was over Memorial Day. We went Sunday.
Oh, wow.
But it was just like my dates out the gates. Ari, you should come to the game with us last week.
Sunday, I will.
Oh, it was fun, man. We had a good time.
That's my favorite when people ask me when I was on the road. It's like, when how long till you turn 40? I'm like, when did you turn 40? I was like, 2014.
Yeah, dude. You got what kind of what do we have? Nationals are coming. $4 tickets.
What? Where?
$4 for Nationals.
Really?
Yeah.
Monday, June 5th.
My tickets last week were
Is
amazing.
that a day game or a night game?
What'd you get?
Savior?
We had great seats.
Night game.
We were.
I beat the system. We figured out.
Hey, is there a Dodgers day game coming up? A weekday day game? Excuse
course,
me? Weekday
it's the
day.
middle of baseball.
Weekday day game.
Let's have Johnny look it up on SeatGeek. Where were your seats? What was so great about it? Because Sam and I think we
look at
beat the
ESPN.
system.
We were 8th row from the really fancy seats behind home plate,
Oh, okay.
Boom. Wednesday, June
and it was
7th.
only $73 for
Wow.
each ticket. It was amazing.
We were all-you-can-eat section, which I do believe I won again. But if you sit
You
in the
won that
top
section.
3 rows,
You're in the
X,
shade.
Y, and Z, you're in the shade.
Yeah, that's great.
So we're up there,
Oh.
all you can eat, like not even $40.
Kings.
Dude, if you have 4 hot dogs, you would make now you're just
money
putting
back.
money in the pocket.
Yeah.
Now everything I eat after that is just like putting money back in the bank, baby. I had 2 warm-up dogs before I started
2
counting.
warm-up dogs.
Yeah, before I started counting dogs.
I picture you like I'm gonna need a glass of water too because I'm gonna eat these the way the fucking
Nah, not
competitive
me.
people eat these.
Not
it's
me,
like
bro.
dip and eat, dip and eat.
Sam and Chris Neff came, and he got there a little bit later. Got there like maybe middle of the first.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Bro, how many dogs you had?" I go, "Like 1, but I had a couple warm-up dogs before that."
Hey, so next week is for sure the anal bleaching.
Yes.
We're doing it on this
Yes.
table next week.
Yes.
Aaron,
This table will not sustain your weight.
well, we'll
fix
definitely have to
it.
reinforce
Figure
that.
it out.
Oh, maybe we'll bring that over. Maybe we'll bring that
Yeah,
over.
Or we can just have you just bend
Just
over,
over there, and I
on
can
all
shoot
fours.
it. I can shoot
Yeah.
it over
You
there.
just peed into a cup.
Aaron, do you think your wife would want to be here for that?
No, absolutely
You
not.
sure? I mean, it might.
We should wear those
get her over the
masks.
top.
I think we're gonna need those masks the Asians wear on like public transportation all the time.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! I should have brought those. I have these those fucking smoke pot masks. The thing. You guys should have worn those during it. Would have been great.
Oh, like those like gas masks, but it's a bong. hanging
By the
out
way,
of
just
it?
so Riley Keeley knows, what's her name?
Yeah.
Ryan Keeley. I'm not gonna shit until during the anal bleaching.
Okay.
I'm gonna
so
spray
thank
her.
you for making a hot chick uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, that's just
sprayer.
just fucking ridiculous.
Spray. I like how it's automatically just a given that it's pure diarrhea. It's not just like a healthy poop. No, I'm spraying her like Mount St.
Not a
Helens.
log.
Guys, also, June 18th is Father's Day, and our good friends at Harry's Razors have a very special holiday package. That's right. Go to harrysrazors.com. Okay, use the promo code PunchDrunk and get your father some awesome Father's Day gifts. That's right. We here at Harry's are proud to pay homage to a little thing.
Wait.
little
What are we
things-
paying?
Homage.
I'd like that on the record, please, for
Okay.
everyone.
Homage. Okay. What is it?
Not homage.
What is it?
Homage.
Homage?
Nope.
Homage.
Yep.
It's homage? Homage.
Nope.
Homage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Homage.
Like Amish. Think of Amish people.
Okay, so there's H's silent. Give Harry's
Hey,
to
by the way,
Dad, guys.
from now on, anyone giving us our reads, you might want to spell everything phonetically.
Okay. We got gifts at
or
every
spell it
price beginning at
phonetically.
$15 and custom engraving to make it feel really special. It says Dad on it for your dad. quality and satisfaction guaranteed.
You should get it engraved. I fucked your mom.
Yeah.
Also, if
That's
you're a woman listening to this, that's a good way to let people know, hey, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a great one.
Hey, I'm pregnant with a new Harry's razor.
Happy Father's Day. Here's a new
Father's Day.
shave. Yeah.
Okay.
Why do I do a
Quality
Father's
and
Day? Oh,
satisfaction
no.
guaranteed. If you don't like it, 100% return it quick, easy, and hassle-free. Ready to gift. It comes in a gift bag. We'll have this next week. I was supposed to bring it this week. Have it next week.
Oh, maybe we can shave my ass.
Yeah. We'll
Maybe
shave
Ryan
it.
can shave my ass with the Harry's razor.
Make sure she uses a Harry's razor.
Dude, limited day Father's Day set. Can we find that picture real quick? The limited
That is
Father's
what
Day
is on the
set?
screen.
That's that.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Comes in a
Oh,
Storm
it says
Gray
Dad.
limited edition razor stand, engravable, foaming, shade.
Look, forget about Sam's terrible read. It's a
travel
it's a good razor. You guys should get it. It's way easier than shopping, and it's a way higher quality for cheaper the
Promo
price.
code Punch Drunk. Bam. Those are the reasons.
All right. Well, listen, you guys. It's been real. I'll have some announcements next week.
Do you do?
For what?
Yeah, and then
What does that even mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know, just some stuff to promote.
For us?
No, just for me.
Okay.
Why can't you promote it right now, Ari?
It's not finished yet.
Is it like a tour?
Yeah, it's a tour. Tour of D's. No.
Oh, shit.
Alright.
Ari, I'm almost done with my coffee if you have to take a shit.
Will you bring out your piss cup with you?
Should I throw it at Rachel?
No.
Hey, is Rachel cool? Would she get it?
No.
She would not get it.
How about
She'll
Oscar?
totally
How about
get
Oscar?
that.
If you do it, follow him with the video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was great last week. We got to do some more
yeah.
like on-site shit.
Well, we're gonna bleach
in the
your
parking
asshole.
lot.
What's
in the parking
what's
lot or
more
out front.
crazy than that?
Oh, good point.
But it was fun to set a fire and then an explosion
Yeah,
after
explosion.
that. Aaron was pretty cool with it.
Could have been first explosion in podcast history.
could've been.
Probably.
They usually write about explosions in movies, saying it's not cost effective, but on a podcast, it's definitely not cost effective.
Ari, did you see the Bryce Harper fight?
Loved it.
Great, wasn't
I
it?
loved it how he slowed down right before he got to him. Like
Other than hockey,
that batting helmet was great. Terrible
is
throw.
that? That's
Terrible
the
throw.
worst throw I've
Shanked it
ever
off to the
seen.
right. I think he lost grip, but that's a terrible because you know he's waiting for you. You don't want to get into a Robert Ventura if you get him off.
You know what that
off,
looked
you know,
like, the
off
way he
guard with
threw-
the hat, then you get to jump in.
That was a great
what it
move.
looked like to me, the way he threw it, he was like right when he was about to let go, he's deciding, am I throwing this and charging, or am I going to throw this at him? And he just kind of did a mix of in between.
I think he also knew if
That
he
was a
threw it at him, he
beam.
could get fined more.
Now, did
I don't think that was the issue.
he throw at
Aaron,
him
thoughts?
earlier? Did he throw at him earlier in this?
Yeah, what's the setup on
What
this? Aaron?
ignited
Aaron,
this?
You know.
Aaron,
Apparently Harper is homered off of Strickland twice. In the playoffs.
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
okay.
and then he does that weird watch. Oh, dude,
He took
got
a
boom.
good straight right, though. That's a
Oh,
good
dude,
straight
that
right
guy
before he gets
just went
tackled.
leveled him.
It was a really good straight right, though.
I mean, I get it at some point. Like, hey, man, I'm up here playing baseball, and you're trying to hurt me, and the rules aren't going to put you in jail for this. So I'm going to
Well,
punch
he
you
threw
now.
it in his ass.
Yeah,
he hit
it's-
his ass.
Right in his midsection.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right in his
he took it on
midsection.
the hip.
If that
but
went a
dude,
little bit higher, that's bone.
97 mile an hour pitch to the hip.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck.
It
You could
hurts, but
really-
It's where it's supposed to go if you're going to do it.
I mean, imagine him giving him a dead arm.
I would only throw at
fuck
people's
you.
faces. Remember when Andre Dawson took that fastball to the face and was down for like 10 minutes?
Yes.
And you thought he got killed.
Yeah.
You literally thought he got killed.
Yeah. When's that first fake belt fight coming? I'm sorry, let's keep going on.
No,
this.
go ahead.
Oh, no, let's talk about
No,
how we're
let's finish
moving
this
up
guy.
closer to the Patreon. We've now gone over halfway, Ari.
Oh, no. Have we really?
Yes, we only have 250 more to go
Wait.
till you and I are fighting.
Why did
We're
you
at
say,
250?
oh no, 'cause
We're
you're
over 250.
scared?
I think we're at 260.
267.
260.
And if we get to 500 by when?
We have-
Tomorrow.
By the end of July.
By the end of July, then I have to MMA fight you.
Yes.
Well,
What? What?
I mean, you should know that I haven't taken any yoga classes since I've been back.
Yeah.
But I did find where to take yoga.
Okay. I have a feeling you're going to do more train than you're letting on, and I'm not stupid.
Dude, I haven't. I honestly, my main goal coming back before this fight was to continue doing more yoga stuff, and I haven't done it once. So
Why?
the idea of me actually going to training is
Why have you been too busy?
no. It's just like, what is it? 3-minute walk. I'm not going to go over there.
Yeah,
that's why.
You've really given up on just.
I
any
mean, I don't
kind
even
of-
stretch anymore. It's fucking so lame.
I heard-
But listen, you guys, don't sign up for the Patreon.
What?
It's stupid. Nobody wants to see this fight. It's just dumb. Also, it was nice that Rogan and Tom Segura did the last Patreon episode, so no one will hear that.
Yeah.
And so honestly, and I heard it wasn't that good an episode, so you're not missing
Who
anything.
said that?
People around
Who?
are saying that.
Who? Name 4.
Jim
Okay.
Manua,
Okay.
light heavyweight contender.
Okay.
Wow.
Clay
Guida.
Clay Guida, I'm good friends with Clay Guida. He's also said it wasn't as good. It wasn't up to
they're
his
all
usual
Patreon
standards.
Guys?
Yeah, he said he got it on a torrent.
Go to our SoundCloud if
Is
you
it
could.
true or false you have a black
Please.
belt? And can we see it?
No.
Next week we'll see plenty. Next
No.
week, guys, I gotta go. I'm really sorry. I gotta do a.
Can you hint
sound
at
edit.
your announcements next week?
I hit announcements. We got a breaking news stuff coming in. Definitely check out last week's episode. One of the best. You should tell your friends about last week's episode if they want a place to start. It's one of the good old. That's what we got to get back to. I think a little bit.
What?
Fucking around, having a good ridiculous time.
Yeah.
Let's do more of that. Less of this awful sports talk.
More fires.
Let's talk
More-
about Patreon. We don't need to deal with
more
Patreon in this fight. It's not important.
explosions.
The important thing is that I beat you in bowling. I beat you in golf. Handily, both of you. I'm out of here.
All right. Oh! He drank it. He drank it. He drank it. He drank it.
Oh my God.
He drank it.
Throw it out! Here, no, take that!
No, throw it out.
There's nothing in there! Don't do that! No, that's my goddamn drink!
Throw it out.
You fucking dumb fuck! Oh, God, I'm gonna puke.
Throw it out. Throw it out.
No.
Throw out your piss.
Ari just drank his own piss.
Oh no.
He really did it.
You are getting ready for the fight. That's what fighters
really
do.
did it.
They drink their own piss.
Now he's
It's
puking.
been sitting
Just
around
throw
for like
that
an hour.
out. Oh, don't do it, dude. Don't do it.
Aaron will lose his mind.
Ari, don't.
Don't
Ari!
Ari.
Ari, stop it! Ari, stop it!
Ari, don't do it.
Get the fuck out of here! No! I'll fucking kill you, Ari!
This is a professional studio.
Why are you doing this? Stop hiding behind me! Ari, stop! Ari, stop
I'm
it!
gonna get away from it.
Ari, please!
Fucking get away from
It's a professional studio! Stop it! This is where pros get out of here! This is Ari,
The
please.
floors would be very easy
Ari,
to clean.
please.
Go.
Ari, stop! Get out! Ari, leave! Bill come. Brent Biddlecombe walks in.
quietly,
Please
dude.
stop
Clean
and
it.
leave.
I'll clean it.
Do not. No, Ari, please!
Don't do it.
Wait, what do you mean
Stop.
by you'll clean it?
He won't clean shit!
I'll throw it out. I'll throw it
Ari,
out.
get out of here. Ari, you
Get out of
leave.
here. Grab it. Grab
Jesus Christ, I got the piss.
it. Grab it. Oh.
Oh, God.
Nuclear codes.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with that
From
guy?
2 guests to no guest.
I mean, he literally was going to
Dude,
throw
look
a
in
big
the bottle.
thing of
Look
piss.
where he spit the
forgot
piss
that's
back in the
part-
bottle.
I can't look
man.
at that. I can't look at that.
He
I'll
spit
puke.
the piss
Quick, 2 seconds.
back in the
Someone
bottle.
Grab Ari. Grab Ari. Ari! Someone grab him real quick.
No, don't let him touch the piss.
I got the piss.
What
Just
are we-
grab him. Tell him I got to ask him something.
I mean, he fucked up every one of my goddamn drinks.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
What? Thank you, Aaron. Jesus Christ. Now every goddamn drink on this table has piss in it, except for the water Aaron just handed me. He drank his own piss, and then puked it up into my coffee, and then threatened us with a pretty much 18 ounces of piss.
I was over here with my hands in the air like it was a gun.
Yeah, you were like,
That was just a nightmare.
Secure the urine.
Ari.
Secure the urine.
I pitched our show to True TV. They liked it, but you have to be the lead, they said,
Of what?
of a sports talk show.
Ari, do not do it.
Yeah, you got to be the driving force.
Can we get my asshole a credit?
Yes. Is
Non-negotiable.
that cool? Can I
Non-negotiable.
put you in that?
What's is this a slow roll?
No, it's basically our show on True TV.
I love it.
Okay, are you in? Yeah. Perfect. I'm gonna send that to him today.
You can see the
Get outta
urine he
here.
spit
Can you
out of
talk
his
while I
mouth
I
in
gotta
the bottle.
Throw this out, dude. I can't take this.
Look at that, dude. There's urine
Can you
in
throw
the
all
bottle
of this
that he
out,
spit
Sam,
out.
please?
I can't take this.
Aaron,
Just
look at
start
that.
talking.
You can
Can
see
you
it's
throw-
yellow
I
where he
am
spit
talking.
it out of his mouth into the bottle.
Can you throw all of that out? This too.
Man, I
and
wish
this,
Ren
if
is
you
easy
can.
could see
I
this.
cannot.
That would have made Ren as easy puke.
Like for sure. I still haven't seen it.
It got to me. It got to me. That was absolutely
He
horrifying.
did it so quickly. I mean, he was just like, bam, I'm going to drink this now.
That was horrifying. I literally thought it was gonna start raining piss on me, and he had us cornered. And by the way, what a good friend Sam is, by using me as a human shield. The first move that was proves my point of always with this guy. Zero respect for me. The go-to move of Sam Tripoli was to use me as a human shield.
Absolutely
And
was.
every which way Ari would move, Sam would shift me on a rolly chair to make sure he doesn't get any piss on him. I'm willing to have Teeb drenched in piss. Not an every man for himself. As a human shield, he uses me.
Yep, definitely.
That tells you when push comes to shove right there.
That was vile.
Once again, Kate Beckinsale at the Comedy Store last night, and I figured out why. Because she is apparently good friends, which, good on you, sir, with Jimmy Carr.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
When I say that this chick is stunning,
Yeah.
beautiful,
Let's take a look.
43 years old, because I Googled it last
Of course
night,
you did, yeah.
as she's standing in front of me.
I have to.
She has that thing that you go, oh, okay, you're a star. Now, we live in Hollywood. We see hot people all the time. Everybody out here, men and women, they're just naturally good-looking, beautiful people. But then you see a superstar. I once saw Penelope Cruz at a coffee shop, and I had never thought much of her, whatever. But you see her and you go, oh, she's got to be somebody.
Right.
Kate Beckinsale last night at the store last night.
Who's she there to see?
She's apparently good friends with Jimmy Carr. Absolutely stunning.
Next
Bill,
level
come. You
hot?
see? Did you see her last night?
Did you see who she was with?
Yeah,
Who?
Matt Rife.
Matt
Who's
Rife.
that?
Just some young comic. She's all over him.
She's fucking Matt Rife?
Yep. I mean, if not, they definitely are putting on a show.
Yeah.
But she's good friends with Jimmy
dude.
Carr. Beautiful. And I'm talking 43-year-old woman. Absolutely you hurt your neck looking at her. How beautiful she is.
Dude,
Before
she
you realize
fights
who she is.
lichens, bro. She has to be hot.
So good for you, Beckinsale, and thanks for hanging out at the Comedy Store. But literally, you just would go far away from her, and you would just watch her. You're just like, wow, she is so pretty.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, dude. Some people just were born. She was just born hot, and the fucking universe just opened to her. Whatever you want, because you have a hot snatch.
Yep, that's what it's about right there. Other
I want
than
to talk real quick. Can I say
of
something real
course.
quick? I want to talk to our listeners and tell you guys how thankful we are for everything you guys do for us. But I also want to talk to whoever the guy that listens to this is who runs to other people and snitches on us. I'm really getting over it. Within 2 seconds of this podcast getting done, I had Ken Condit hitting me up, asking me about the fucking Ari and all this shit. And I'm sure I'm going to have to deal with this with Kim right now. But she's like, why'd you guys say that about me on the podcast? And I'm like,
first of all, Ari said it.
yeah. And second of all, we all give each other shit. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, welcome to Punch Drunk.
Yeah.
that's what I said to her. I go, that's
And that
at
wasn't
least
the
my
shit
problems.
on Kim. So go
Ari
run tell
shits
her. I'm
on
gonna
us.
find out who it is, dude.
Ari shits on us.
I showed you who it was.
Ari shits on
No,
us
that's
way
not
more
it.
than.
Somebody else.
Yeah, but people like to do that. I remember one time, hey, maybe it was even the same guy or whatever, and I don't. We said something about Red Band, and it wasn't even anything really bad. And then Red Band hit me up. I was like, dude, someone just hit me up, said you guys are talking shit about me on Punch Drunk. I go, no, we weren't. We weren't saying anything crazy. Then he goes back and listens to it, and he hits me up again. He goes, I don't know what they were talking about. You guys didn't say anything that was out of the ordinary
Yeah.
or whatever.
Guys,
or anything we wouldn't say to his face.
The reason you guys are doing this is because you're hoping that maybe these people will be friends with you, or maybe you could hook up with Kim. She's not going to hook up with you, okay? Don't snitch us out, okay? Don't snitch us out.
And we love Kim Congdon.
I love King Kong.
I'm working on something with her. You took her on the road. You guys, we're all good friends with her.
I like King Kong.
I don't even
a lot.
know her, and I love
She's
her.
super
She's hot
funny,
as fuck, and she's
totally adorable.
She's finally got her grown woman ass, that grown woman
She has
Latina
beautiful
ass.
eyes.
I don't even know. She could be eyeless for all I know. Whenever she walks in with that ass, I'm like, damn, that girl got ass. Duh.
Other than this Bryce Harper thing, which I loved. That was a great fight, great baseball fight. Now with hockey,
It's been a great
hockey you
episode
get
because you know it's flying. It's flying.
with yeah. Well, I mean, there's 7 people out
About
here.
to come to
earlier.
a screeching halt.
With hockey, of course, you get great fights. With hockey, of course, you get great fights. Right? With hockey,
I would agree with that.
but baseball's second. Baseball
Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
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 NFL, you're dumb if you fight. I mean,
Yeah.
you're wearing so much pads. You know, you're gonna, sometimes you get a good face mask.
Miami
grab.
had a good fight. College football
Every
will
night-
give you a good fight.
College football will give you a good fight.
yeah.
You know why? Because they fight after when all their helmets are off
Yeah.
and they're going into the tunnels, and then a good scrum will break out.
Yeah.
NBA, not good fights.
No, because they're all.
There used to be, though.
There used to be. Now they're just like too much money. They're like, hey, dude, let's just hold my back. That's what Jalen Rose calls
Do you have a favorite fight that you can remember? Not boxing, not UFC. Do you have a favorite? Like, I remember that one fight because
Dude,
I remember mine.
I remember when Larry Bird fought Dr. J, and I was like,
and he grabbed him by the throat.
holy shit.
There's a wonderful documentary, and I'll plug it for them, and then I want to talk about Magical Show. But there's a wonderful documentary about Bird and Magic, and I think it's on Showtime. Might be HBO, but I think it's Showtime. You
Right here,
forgot.
right here.
You forgot. And we were saying it earlier, I know, and this whole episode's been NBA, so I'm sorry for everybody who's like, too much NBA.
Who
How
says
great,
that?
how great Larry Bird really was. You forget how great that guy really was. And him and Magic have been linked together since high school. When they were at high school, they were on All-American team for one whole summer, and he's like, I barely talked to him. We didn't really talk too much. The only person to be an MVP of the season, MVP of the finals, coach of the year, GM of the year.
Yep.
Only person to be all four of those.
Yep.
You got to say something about his basketball knowledge there.
But I'll tell you something, dude. The guy who's just, go back to the fight. Can we see the fight? Real quick. You got video. This is the running down the court.
Dr. J actually chokes him.
Yep. Pushes him off. Larry falls.
A little bit of a flop by Bird there.
No, come on. He lost his balance. Why'd you stop it?
I didn't stop it. They were doing a
Oh,
slow-mo.
jumped right to it. It was great, though. It was great, dude. Enough basketball talk.
Was that your favorite fight?
That's one of them. The Malice in the Palace was one of them.
Yeah.
Anything that the Detroit Pistons did back in the day.
Remember when the Pacer, what was his face, went into the stands and was fighting somebody?
I'll tell. Yeah, that's the Malice in the Palace.
Yeah, okay, yep,
No,
that fight.
one of the best ones. Knicks, Heat, Van Gundy. When Van Gundy grabs
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Alonzo Mourning's leg, and he's like carrying him
Yeah,
around.
he's dragging him around. That was a good one. He actually swings and throws him around.
Yeah.
My favorite was
Larry Johnson. What people don't know about Grandmama, is that he was actually a
teammates.
They were former teammates, but Larry Johnson was also a Golden Glove boxer.
didn't look like it there.
Yeah.
He picked the right sport. If that's how he fights.
Those are great series, man. Those are great series.
The NBA it's bad for the NBA that the Knicks are bad. It's bad for the NBA that the Knicks are bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I didn't want to get into it with Alonzo, but they're going to have to do something about guaranteed contracts. I think they're hurting the league. I think people are signing these fat checks, and you're seeing it with these guys in these playoff games. These dudes, when they don't think they're going to win, they just roll over, and they don't care because they're getting paid. I think it should be like, and this is blasphemy to talk about this when it comes to pro sports. It should be, because the whole thing is like they should make their money. They've earned it. They should get their money. I don't know where anywhere else in the world except for CEO, and I think it's bullshit, where you get paid if you don't fucking get the job done. Even Tom Cruise's money's gone down since his movies don't do well. His movies don't do well, he doesn't make the same amount of money, right? I think you should get a life-changing signing bonus. Hey, I want to sign Johnny to a 5-year, $150 million deal.
I accept that.
But
right now.
you get $60 mil guaranteed. That way you make your fuck you money.
What about incentives? I mean, that's supposed to be the answer to this, right?
No, I totally agree with that.
Hey guys, I've been around for 3 years. Johnny's been around, what, 3 weeks?
This is a signing bonus.
Dude.
This is,
I know, but I
you've
want
been.
the money.
You should have negotiated.
And he's
earlier.
Your fucking agent sucked, and they just
Yeah,
took the
that's right.
first fucking bid.
he's gonna need. You need all the money for those legal fees with all this divorce.
I
shit.
shouldn't have hired my wife as my agent.
Yeah, divided by
That's
2.
where you got fucked. That's where you fucked. You took a shit where you eat.
This is one of my favorites for sure.
Mine is. Do you remember when Deion Sanders left the Falcons, went to the Niners on a 1-year deal, wound up winning the Super Bowl? That's when the Falcons were in the NFC West, so we had to play the Niners twice before they realigned everything. When Deion came back, and him and Andre Rison were best friends. When Deion comes back, he's guarding Rison. He puts his hands out to shake his hand right before, and he just gives him like the nope. Right here. Right at the start, the first time they touch each other, and then they just get into a huge slap. Boom. Boom. And then they just really go
You
at
have to
it.
be an idiot to punch a helmet.
Both of them. Look at this. Boom,
You have
bam,
to be an
bam,
idiot
bam,
to punch a
bam.
helmet.
That is pretty good.
I mean, you got to be an idiot.
And then right after that, Deion intercepts the ball, starts high-stepping at about the 40, maybe the 40. 60-yard high, right? It might even be this play
This
right
is
here.
it, yeah.
Just jumps this route, which he's always so great at. Look at this. Wasn't even guarding that guy.
Look how
Thump it,
fast
and
he
he's
is.
gone.
Look how
Starts
fast he is.
high-stepping right at the 50. Boink.
At the 50.
And he's looking backwards the whole time. Oh, God.
That's the
that
guy
was
who found
worst.
Jesus after all the fun was over.
Missed that guy.
Like, dude, that guy was fucking so many chicks.
My all-time favorite Falcon and maybe athlete, maybe Jordan first, then Deion, but it is a close love I have for Deion up there with.
Football-wise, it's a little crazy because I mean, I love Lawrence Taylor, and I'm not.
Go Tar Heels, yeah. He's a North Carolina player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love Lawrence Taylor. I mean, never did you watch the game to see what he would do.
Same with
Very
Deion.
rarely do you see that on defense. Yeah, he's one of them
Same,
too.
just
and then it's like Bo Jackson, even though his career was so short. Like, I love that guy. I loved watching him, dude.
Yeah.
And then, people forget he didn't even start. Marcus Allen.
I mean,
Vic was like that for a few years. Those first few years, he was a guy that they would put in primetime just because people wanted to watch
it
what
was
he would do next. It was insane.
exciting.
Yeah, those first few years were
Exciting.
amazing.
He's giving everybody herpes.
He had so much fucking potential.
Yeah, so let's get it, dude. Let's start into our UFC talk by talking about this great boxing match that happened.
You're talking about the
Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
versus
Great fight,
Brook.
huh?
Cal Brook.
Yeah.
Great fight. Did you enjoy it, Jason?
Yeah, I think it was a good fight. I mean, I think that
I thought it was.
I wish
great.
I wish I went to betdsi.com and bet on it because I bet the odds of this were probably. I mean, the underdog definitely won. Nobody thought he was going to win that fight,
Which is what you should do.
and I
for
think
this-
he's undefeated.
He is, yeah. Spence is undefeated, yeah.
Errol Spence is undefeated.
He's undefeated,
so,
yeah.
So now 22-0 with 19 knockouts. Okay, there it is.
Bet DSI for all your bet needs. Go to Bet DSI, use the promo code PUNCHDRUNK, get $10 betting cash. It takes about an hour or two to get that money. It will take a little time. You'll get it. And you can make bets on boxing, these NBA finals, the UFC fights coming up. Is boxing making a comeback, Jayson Thibault?
Yeah. I mean, we've said it on this show before. I mean, people say it all the time. I mean, I think so. I was talking about it last night with, who we should get is Russell Peters. I bet he would do the show. I was talking boxing with him last night for a long time, especially the heavyweight division. And I think boxing goes as that division goes. If the heavyweight division is competitive in boxing and there's 5 or 6 people in the heavyweight division, the whole sport seems to be doing better. When the heavyweight division is somewhat irrelevant or it's just one guy that no one can beat for fucking 10 years, like when Lennox Lewis just ran that division forever, it was kind of boring.
No,
but I
it's true.
think boxing is making I don't know if it's making a comeback. I think boxing's never really gone away. Just now there's a lot more competitive fighters at heavyweight, in my opinion.
Look at how many fights Klitschko's had. Go up again. Klitschko's
60,
had almost
70.
70 fights. If you met an NBA player, an MMA fighter with that many fights, you'd be like, dude, that guy's going to be retarded by the time he's old.
Can I want to bitch about one thing about the NBA.
Please.
Can we wrap it up? I mean,
Like,
hockey.
You want them to win condoms?
No,
Want
I'm
them to
saying
win-
hockey, pretty much same season, They've already, it'll be game 2 before the finals.
They
even start.
have to
And
be
s-
loving this, that there's this huge break in the NBA playoffs. Hockey's getting all the fucking heat.
The NBA playoffs is as long as the NFL entire season, 17 weeks.
Holy shit.
The entire
really? I
and
didn't
the
think about
entire NFL season is as long as just the NBA playoffs.
I
because
did
they
not
stretch
know
it out.
that.
Because they stretch it out so goddamn
Yeah,
much.
it's way too.
I missed the first 2 rounds.
Look how
I
quick
hate
these
the
hockey
last-
players are playing. You think that's harder on your body than and playing in the NBA? Of course it is.
Yeah.
They act like, oh, we can't play.
Yeah.
We need 5 days off in between each game. No,
Yeah.
you don't.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
NBC's
'Cause there's not.
advertisers
I mean,
do.
for those when those early series go the full length, I mean, they only have like a couple days off. What do you
Triple
think the
headers.
answer is?
Triple headers. I think it's triple headers is the answer.
Just shorten those series, I guess. That's the only really way.
Or
to do
3
it.
games going on at
Aaron.
once.
Yes.
Whenever Aaron leads in, I feel like he's got something to say.
Hockey is so tough. You can only play 90 seconds at a time. I mean, that's how hard the game is. 90 seconds at a time. Then you're out. Take a breath.
Yep.
Drink some water.
Oh, really? They fucking replace
That's
you
how
that
long your
quick?
shift is. 90 seconds tops.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Fun facts. We learned something today.
Who is on this? Oh, yeah, this is the Holloway.
UFC 212.
Is that Saturday?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So I'm going to be at the store watching it, not talking politics.
You will see.
We'll see. I guarantee you. Good card, bad card. Thoughts?
I mean, as I'm looking at it, there's not a lot on here. I like Aldo Holloway. I think that's going to be a great
That's
fight.
gonna
I
be a
think
good
Aldo
fight.
wins that.
I think Bellator beat Vitro Belfort versus Marquardt could be a decent fight.
This to me is like, is Belfort done? That's what this is for me. If Nate Marquardt runs through Vitor Belfort,
No, I
beats him
think-
pretty easily.
Vitro wants to go to Bellator. He wants to go fight all those old guys.
I mean, he's one of them.
Yeah. Well, he's been around since the break of dawn. This guy, this Paolo, would you pronounce it?
I would say that
Paulo.
is Paulo.
Paolo
Yeah.
Burricchia?
Or Chinya.
Burchina.
There you go.
He is my vote for number one dude.
Hardest name to say? That's your vote for number one hardest name to say?
He's my vote for number one dude to get busted for steroids.
Look at the guy he's fighting.
Yeah. What?
No, but I've seen this guy fight. He looks HGH out of his fucking skull.
Oluwale Bam
Boo Boo?
Boozy.
Yeah. He's from the United States.
I mean, that guy looks
Can I
jacked.
I tell you, dude.
That is a big guy. You're right.
I'm totally. He's my number one vote for number one dude juicing. Number one dude juicing. I watched him fight up here. Go up.
He would kill me. in a fight.
Over the guy with the beard right there. It looks like my buddy Keith Healy. I watched him fight that dude, and he just mauled him. And
Gareth McClellan.
yeah, Gareth McCullen. And I watched as soon as I tweeted like, this guy's a badass. James hit me up, dude. He's juicing. And I after he said, I go, you know what? You're probably fucking right. He looks like he's juicing. He looks it.
He
Yeah.
does have.
guy.
He's got those fucking 8-ball nipples.
it's the
That's a
head.
sure
It's the
sign.
Crazy
head.
veins.
When you got 8-ball
It's the
nipples.
head. Look at what Tiger Woods' head has turned into from juicing. He's got that total juicer head.
Well, that's another
And
thing
now
we
it's
didn't talk
weird.
about.
Now
Like,
it's weird.
he was
Way more
HGH-ing.
Asian than ever before, by the way.
Oh,
he
yeah,
looks super
super
Asian
Asian.
now.
Super
He used to
Asian.
look like a, like
I
a
wonder if the Asians
black
are
guy.
like, finally, you're a bad driver. You're one of us.
And he's really balding badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His hair's doing bad things.
That's an HGH.
Just
man.
shave it off or always go hat. Like you could be the cool, fun hat guy now. Get like a
Yeah,
good
black
good
guy.
hat.
What
get
do
your
you
hat.
want him to do? Show up in like a Doctor Who hat, a flop?
He's got his
Sure.
own hats, man. He's got his own
Absolutely.
line of hats.
Get
Like,
your
just wear
own
those.
shit going. Yeah, man.
I would start some Tiger Woods fedoras.
Or-
like
or
just
even
boom,
like that.
Some
fedoras.
Kangol, yeah.
If you want to play 18 holes or solve murder mysteries, it's Tiger Woods fedoras.
Dude, I'm sure he's got a closet full of hats.
All right, let's go through this fight for all the kids. We're gonna tell you who we're gonna make bets. You want to do this?
I mean, I don't know a shitload about a lot of these fighters.
cares?
So, you want me to randomly guess names? I will, but other than Aldo and the Belfort fight, I don't really know a lot about these other guys.
You got Claudia Gonorrhea.
What do you guys think of this thing with the shaving the side? I like that when they shave the.
Oh, this girl
that's
with
kinda
the
sexy to
shave
me.
in the side.
I think anything young girls do is hot,
Yeah,
with the
me too,
exception
yeah.
of taking a shit.
That's nice.
Besides that, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Claudia.
Claudia.
This is 1 versus 2. This is so winner of this gets a title shot, I presume.
But they've both
think so.
lost to the champions. But here's the thing: these are the two hardest fights that Joanna Violence has taken on.
I'll go with 10-1, 13-2. That Claudia looks like she could punch the fuck out of something. No,
Yeah.
She's a good fighter.
I'll go with her.
All right.
Brazil versus Poland, though. Yeah, I'll take the Brazilian.
I'm going to take the Brazil. My question, real quick, before we pick these: Does nationalism come into play? Because when we go to Brazil, they boo the fuck out anyone who isn't Brazilian.
I think if it's a home, I think everybody wants to fight at home. So I think come into play a little bit. It's a little bit easier to, to have the crowd behind you, sleep in your own bed maybe, or, speak your own language, eat your own food.
Dude, the girl on the right has no legs. 0 leg reach.
Oh, wow. I may take her then. She's going to be hard if I can.
So we got a chick fighting a stumpy. You know what's so funny, dude? There's actually wrestlers that don't have legs. So they wrestle at a weight in which they don't have legs at. So they're these giant
It's just like a 300-pound guy, but he only weighs 180 because he doesn't have
he's
legs.
got and he just manhandles people because they have to they have to fight guys with legs.
That's
So I'm gonna go with the chick with no legs.
You're going Poland.
I'd
huh?
like to bang a chick with no legs. When you like the angles you could get
It's
without
even-
those legs.
I've
getting
already
in the
thought
way.
it through. I think I've even talked about it on the show, but I've already thought it through. The best thing about a chick with no legs banging you. Here's the move, okay?
Spinner?
Yeah, she's on top of you. Have her hold her arms, eat like a T, like this. Then you get your other buddy to come in and just spin her around like an old well.
So now, is this technically a threesome, or is he just spotter?
He's just
Just
support.
like a
yeah.
buddy, just a buddy being there, being a bro.
He walks around like Conan.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe somebody whipping her. So maybe there's 4 people. But just to be like a pussy on you that is just constantly rotating and spinning.
Well, in like
Until you
Thailand,
come.
they do basket things where they put girls in baskets and they lower and they spin the baskets. Like that's how they treat human beings in other places.
That's how they should treat human beings.
Okay, all right. What's wrong, Johnny?
No, I'm just trying to imagine what you were describing there. Okay.
It's like a surprise basket. But what you don't know, and this is the scary thing about going to Thailand, every 10th basket is filled with cobras, and they don't tell you which one's which. So sometimes you stick your dick.
Remember in Flash Gordon where you have to put your hand in the log, and if you don't get bit, you become a man. If you get bit, you die.
I don't remember that at all. But I wasn't a big Flash Gordon guy.
Oh, you're blasphemy.
Good song, though.
Go to the other fights. Let's go. Let's go. Stop from the bottom. We'll go from the main card. Go over. We got. I feel like Eric Silva has been like this guy only because he's an attractive-looking dude. Where they're like the UFC. They're like, please get good, please, so we can promote you because you keep getting your ass handed to you.
I don't know much about this Yancy Medeiros guy.
I do, and he's a good fighter, and I'm
he?
going with him.
Okay.
Mostly because he
either
has
one of
his
these guys
tattoos
ranked?
collected more complete.
No.
God, I'll take the American in this.
Always,
I'll go
dude.
Yancy Medeiros.
When it comes to Americans versus Brazilians, I always go American because they always boo our guys. So within these fights, even though I love Brazil, fuck Brazil. Okay, I'm going to go Holy War Angel, which is my vote for worst nickname.
This Oluwale just looks so mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with him, even though this other guy is a pure 100% murderer. Because he's, in my opinion, he's juicing.
If you accidentally were to rear end somebody, Oluwale is making the face and the look of the last guy you want to see get out of that front seat walking towards your car.
I agree with that.
Like you're like, oh no, I'm gonna go with him. Only again, American. I'm probably wrong. The other guy's undefeated.
Yeah, but the other guy's just a murderer. A murderer. Vitro Belfort versus Nate Marquardt. Nate Marquardt's done. He's done.
I think both these guys are pretty much done.
But they're both equally done. So I'm just gonna go with Belfort because he's at home and it's gonna be his last fight in the UFC, and he's probably gonna go to Bellator.
I'll go Belfort.
Yeah, I hate it. I'd rather go American on that one. I'm gonna go with the chick with no legs on this.
I'll go the other way.
Karakovic.
I'll take Claudia in this.
Okay, and then this is gonna be a good fight.
I'll take Josie.
This is gonna be a good fight.
I'll take Aldo.
What thoughts, Johnny Woodward?
It's got to be Aldo. Come on. It's a
I'm gonna
champ.
go with the American, Max Holloway, blessed.
No
I'll
way
take.
Aldo's
I'll
losing in
go
Brazil.
Aldo. I think Aldo.
I
I
think
don't see
you're
him
right.
losing there.
No.
I think
No
you're
way.
probably right, but I'm gonna go American on all these because I can't stand how they fucking get so fucking nationalistic with these fucking fights. in the NBA.
They
You
do
don't
in
like the
Ireland, too. They do
nationalism
in
of-
Ireland, England.
You don't like nationalism in combat sports, boxing and or UFC
No,
or MMA?
but when they're here, we don't do that to them.
My ass, we
That's because
don't.
most of the fans are Mexicans. I mean,
My
they-
ass, we
especially
don't.
around
You get the
here.
USA chant going in every goddamn fight when there's somebody else that's not American.
Not to the level Brazil.
Have you seen the movie Rocky?
Okay,
It's
that's-
all
But
about
I-
that.
But I
not
really think
real.
that's because they're so
that's
diverse.
that's a written script.
I know. I'm just saying that that's how bad it is.
Rocky.
If he dies, he dies.
I mean, put one of these fights in Dodger Stadium, you'll see some nationalism.
For the
Those
Mexicans.
guys,
Yeah.
they threw stuff at us when Yachty hit a homer. I was very upset. They hit my wife.
Oh, really? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no.
Fuckers, yeah.
I'm sorry you had to
They
do
hit your
that.
ex-wife?
Yeah.
Were your seats together, or did you guys have like
What'd you
separate?
say? What'd you say? Hey, guys.
No, we were just no.
Only I get to hit my wife.
I didn't know until we already sat down that it happened, but there were like 4 dudes behind us.
Yeah, everybody was pretty cool to
I think
me at
that's
the Cubs
so
game.
well because we're oh yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of Cubs fans there.
There's way
They
too
travel
many
well.
Yeah.
Cubs fans. Way too
There's
many.
a lot of Chicago people out here, though. There's a
Any
lot of people
calls
from
coming
Chicago
in?
out
Any
here.
calls?
No.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to call in, ask Thibault anything. Call in 323-282-7424. I didn't know Alonzo was going to leave that quickly. I would have had him come in the second hour.
Aaron.
Yeah.
What is the premiere date of I'm Dying Up Here? Is it the 10th? Let me look at
June
this.
4, maybe?
Let me see, because I want to plug this for our buddies. I believe it is June 4th. I'm Dying Up Here. So that is this Sunday is the premiere of Showtime show I'm Dying Up Here with all of our good friends, including Al Madrigal.
Eric Griffin. Andrew Santino.
Yep.
Santino sounds Mexican, doesn't it?
He's
right.
great in it. Magical
Can we
really
hear
was.
Can we
my
hear a trailer? Let's hear it.
Magical really was my favorite part in it. Let's not hear the trailer.
Okay, let's not. Let's not, Thibault. Let's not.
Oh my God, my glasses just broke.
It was great though. They put the first episode up on YouTube last week, and it's great.
And it's also, they're doing a free preview of the pilot episode on Showtime, so you can actually watch it first, the pilot episode.
Yeah.
And then I'm not sure if they're dropping 2 episodes on Sunday, if the episode 2 comes out as well as 1, but you can watch a pilot episode of I'm Dying Up Here, which is a great show. I watched the first episode, and it's kind of like stand-up comedy in the 70s, loosely based on the Comedy Store and Mitzi Shore, and produced by Jim Carrey. So check that out. I know we talked about it last week, but I want to blast it for all of our buddies.
Dude, check it out. I love it. I love that Al's kicking ass. Check out Al's new special. And I'm glad, it's cool that comedy stand-up seems to be in right now. Seems to be big.
I think it's because of podcasting.
I'm going to shoot my own special. I just decided right now.
I think it's podcasting is what's really, I think
think
put
it's
it
in.
put it on the map. I had a guy, and I'm a,
You know a
granted,
guy,
I'm a
you know a
nobody.
dude?
Granted, I'm a nobody.
You're not nobody. You're a somebody.
But in the world, in the light of stand-up comedy, I'm just a whatever. I'm more known from podcasting than doing stand-up, but I've been doing stand-up a long time. I'm at the Comedy Store, and I'm ranting about something, and somebody just goes, "Are you fucking Teeb?" And I'm like, thinking I owe this guy money, and some guy from another country knew who I was, knew about my stand-up, came to the Comedy Store just because everybody that he likes, stand-up comics, that talk about the Comedy Store and podcasting. Podcasting, in a lot of ways, has a lot to do with the store being back and being what it is in the last 10 years.
Joe Rogan talking about the Comedy Store constantly is a giant reason.
Yeah.
And every
that.
other and the 50 other podcasts that if you add them all together equals Rogan's numbers. Joey Diaz always talking about it. Ari always talking about it. Duncan always talking about it. Us always talking about it. And I don't think the Comedy Store really realizes that much of granted, Adam, yeah, great job. Eric, great job. They've done a lot of things to change that place around.
Right.
But we've been talking about the Comedy Store for 8 years on podcast now.
How long have we been doing this podcast?
6 years.
6 years. 6 years. I had so much hope back then.
First 3 years were good.
Hey,
I
how
think
many
we
years
all
till the
can't argue.
website's ready?
Oh, years? 2 years, maybe?
Let's see how it looks so far.
What? We don't want to put that up.
Okay, all right.
I don't have it on this laptop anyway.
That signing bonus.
What?
There goes that signing bonus.
There goes
I already
that-
signed. I already agreed.
Let's
we
get
shook
some
hands.
calls. Call in. We want to talk to you. 323-282-7424. T-shirts. Push everything.
Jesus Christ. It's literally the only time you ever ask me anything. Thibault, talk about it, then right to his phone. That's Sam's vacay. Sam's vacation. Thibault, bet TSI, you can finally talk now. Right to his phone.
Harry's.
Yeah.
You can finally you talk more than I do.
I do?
Yes.
I talk more than you do on this show.
Yes.
Dude, come on.
By far.
Are you serious right now?
You're saying he talks more than you do.
Maybe not this episode because I was engaging Alonzo Bodden, but for the most part, I ask the questions, Thibault and Ari go off on it, and I drive the show.
Those must be really long questions, then, if that's how you view it, because...
You're crazy.
Dude, I honestly...
You say I talk the most.
Jason, come on.
If you're being serious,
I'm being dead
yeah, you
serious.
definitely talk more than I do on this show.
No way, dude.
Put up a poll. What's your name, James? But that being said, allcomedyt-shirts.com. You can go there. You can go to punchdrunksports.com. There's a link to it. But you can also go to allcomedyt-shirts.com. And that's where you can get all of your Punch Drunk shirts. We got a Fight Andy shirt coming up. We got 2 more other shirts coming up. And Ari said he's going to start booking himself at spoiler alerts, which God only knows what he is going to be spoiling.
Be the first person to buy Ari's new belt. Apparently, that's not moving like we thought it would. I thought people would love that shirt. I mean, it's Ari's new belt.
I mean, it's definitely something you can't wear at work or school.
Yeah.
Or school.
Maybe if you
Near a
shifted-
school.
shifted
And it's
the
based
penis
on a real
thing over.
photo. If you buy Ari's new belt shirt, let me tell you this. If you buy that shirt, I will give you an added bonus. Tweet at me you with that shirt, and I will tweet you back the actual real picture that is based on.
Is that
of
a
Ari's dick.
good thing or a bad thing?
I'm saying if you want to see Ari's belt, I have the actual picture that is based
He's
on.
even got those socks on, right?
Literally wearing those socks. That was at the old, not Toad Hop. What was after that? Lovett's. When we were at Lovett's, had that big green screen because he's standing there right on the green screen. So go allcomedyt-shirts.com. You can get all of our shirts there. And as always, go to cavemancoffeeco.com. Use the code PUNCHDRUNK. That gets you 15% off and free shipping all of June. So not only do you get 15% off, you also don't have to pay for shipping. So get some coffee. And if you wait till the weekend, spoiler alert, free shipping. So that is that, guys.
Amazon links.
Oh, that's the other thing. Go to punchdrunksports.com and click the Amazon link up there. You got to go to Amazon anyway, so why not? Sorry, I'm distracted by the whatever piss is still left over from this fucking idiot.
That's urine and saliva mixed together. Because that's what he spit out of his mouth.
I jokingly was going to drink it a couple times. Every time, you were talking
I
to
saw
Alonzo,
that, yeah.
and I would just lean in like I was going to get it just to make our laugh. Did it about 3 or 4 times. At the end, he grabs it and he literally drank it and then almost started puking.
So now he's rubbed
That's
shit on his
commitment.
face and drank.
In 8 days, he's rubbed shit on his face. 7 days, rubbed shit on his face and drank his own piss.
Should that be a bag of bets? Drink your own pee.
I thought it was.
It is in there.
Is it?
Yeah, you got to do a shot,
many,
a
they
1
can't
ounce
remember.
shot of your own piss.
Ooh, a 1 ounce shot.
Yep.
We need to get back to bags of bed.
can't
I don't
believe
know
you
if you'll
think
be
you-
able
No, I
to
don't
keep it
think
down,
you should. Come on, we're not.
but you can try.
By the way, it's we've got several votes in so far. It's 100% Sam talks more than Jason
so
so far.
bullshit.
Not a single vote.
I don't believe that you really are being
I
serious.
can't believe that either.
It's
Like,
not-
what about
not
on the
even
Are
close.
you including the Patreon podcast too?
No, I'm not. I'm.
The
Okay.
Patreon podcast, I
Yeah,
barely speak.
yeah.
I've said 9 words in the last 3 I was on there.
Alright.
It's not. Hey,
I get it.
you're an entertainer. I mean, you should talk,
I
but
won't.
No,
I
why
won't.
are you being offended by this?
Yeah, I don't
No one's-
understand.
Oh, okay.
I
You seem like
literally
you're
thought
upset.
I said I know on Patreon, like with certain people, I talk a little more because I know how to deal with them.
yeah, it's not a bad thing. But
It's
I
not-
just can't believe you have
But my
warped this
opinion
somehow
is, I try to drive the show and set
by
these
talking
guys up
more.
to
Yeah,
talk.
by talking more. Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not a judgment. You definitely talk more.
All right, I'll change my game.
No,
From here
no,
on.
wait.
Here on. We
So,
won't.
so
Why are you?
so
yeah.
touchy. Yeah.
You're saying you're not taking this bad, but
I'm
why
not-
do you have to
I'm
change?
not upset.
Yeah,
Why
don't
you have,
change.
why
Because I'd
change?
rather set you guys up to talk.
I see what you're saying. You have it in your head one way, and it's not how you think. Is that a new
Yes.
hat? Did you get that at the game too?
No, I had it. It's,
Maybe
I
we
had
can
it
set
from
you up
last
with a
year.
light or something, and you get 30 seconds, and then we just flip the light on.
Who are you? Who are you?
I mean, if you care about it, if you act like
No,
you really care
I like
about
to
this.
drive the show and set these guys up to talk.
You know, here's what's funny. Sam's like, Not only does he hire you, get you to move out here, just told you to come sit down and get on the mic, and now he's like, who the fuck are you? Why are you here? What are you doing here? Anyways, go to punchdrunksports.com. That's how you go to Amazon. You got to shop anyway. Father's Day is coming up.
100%.
If you're not going to use the Harry's,
5 votes.
if you're not going to use
No,
the
not now.
Harry's code and get your father a nice Harry's Father's Day gift, go to Amazon.com. Through punchdrunksports.com, click the Amazon link there. Buy your father whatever you want. If you were raised by lesbians like I was, buy the manliest one of the two something for Father's Day. This bitch gets both Mother's and Father's Day from me.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You really?
I do.
You call her during Father's Day?
Yeah, sure do.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. But she also gets Mother's Day too because I don't want to be an asshole.
double dipping.
Yeah, she double dips.
Well, that's women.
But
they
she's
get
worth
Christmas and they get fucking Valentine's Day
Look.
and they get their birthday.
it. A woman likes eating my mom out so much, she put me and my sister through college. That says something big. Sure does, doesn't it? So happy Father's Day,
That
Joy.
is so funny, dude. Should we do a Patreon after the fight?
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably the next time I'm going to be at the store anyway.
All right. That's cool. I'm there
Saturday.
Thursday, but that'll
I didn't
come
call
back.
in. He gave me 2 last week, and I was kind of like, okay.
I'm out of town for almost all next June.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing
So it'll just be me and Ari, and then could
No,
you
I'll
Skype?
be here for the week, but in terms of doing spots.
Oh, but you'll be here on Tuesdays. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying on Punch Drunk you won't be here.
I'm gonna start trying to do more, go to New York City more. You know, try to do some New York City shit.
And I'm excited for the big anal bleaching. Now we should what we should do,
Yeah.
and we
Can
talked about
call
this.
Ryan Keeler?
We,
I'm gonna call her.
we talked about this before.
As you're going, I'm gonna see if I can call her.
Yeah, we only got 5 minutes. We talked about this before, and let's see what everybody thinks. And I know Aaron's going to be in. Don't worry, it doesn't involve fire. Should we get Renazizi in next week because
yes.
he'll puke?
Yeah, for sure.
But we won't. Let's not tell him.
Yeah,
That-
just tell him it's a regular episode.
Yeah. Let's just be like, hey man, Ari will be in studio, so it'll just be us
He just
for.
walks in and always got his ass.
It'll just be us for, and then it's dun 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 dun. But we gotta lock the door, or we get Biddlecombe to go out there and then jam a chair up there or something so he can't get out. That's not a fire hazard, is it, Aaron?
No, probably not.
Okay, cool. You ever see that episode of The Office when Dwight tries to
Yeah.
starts a fake fire, and it's like it was almost like The Simpsons, like people are falling out from the top of the ceiling, just baffled by what to do. That episode of The Simpsons when they had that fire drill, and Homer's like goes in, and for some reason he's outside, and he's hammering the door shut so people can't get out. It's the absolute last thing you would do if there was a fucking fire. So it took like 48 minutes. They were timing it
You
for
know
everyone
what
to get
I
out.
watched the other day? The Hateful Eight. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah,
Yes,
of course.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
I thought it was great. I thought
Loved
it was
it.
so.
Of course.
It got such negative reviews, and I'm like,
They were
it's-
okay, I think, weren't they?
I thought a lot of them was
It
like,
was nominated for a lot of things.
wasn't good. Did you like it, Aaron?
I liked it. I mean, everybody.
What do you
dies.
think said the N word more?
75% positive. 75% positive on Rotten Tomatoes. That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, everybody dies at the end. Spoiler alert.
certified fresh.
If you haven't seen it, everybody. I mean, everybody.
Sorry,
Samuel L. Jackson, everybody, just completely dead.
That's what I'm
Dies
here
in like
for,
a
man.
bed at the end. Yeah, it's really weird. It was a good movie.
I'm gonna kill him.
It got award nominations. What
It's
do you
a
want?
3-year-old movie. Maybe older than that. When was it come out?
I love how you guys are both yelling at me for different reasons.
If I don't Google stuff, I get yelled at, and if I do
Really
Google stuff,
fucking
I get yelled
broke
at.
my goddamn
How can I win?
glasses.
How'd you break your
I don't know. They
glasses?
just this little
Trying to
thing
get
from
away
them.
from the urine, probably.
Yeah.
That's what
when
it
you were
was,
using me
right?
as a human shield.
you were like you had him like this.
What year did that come out?
2015, I think.
Oh, it's okay. 2 years ago. Yeah,
Yeah, it
you just now saw it, or you saw it in the theater at the on the
I watched
thing?
it the other
He
night.
shot it in 70 millimeters, so if you could see it on,
Yeah,
they did like
that's
a
where I
tour
saw it,
of
yeah.
it in 70 millimeters. It was great.
Great.
Yeah.
That's where
Now, was
where I
that
saw it.
his last movie? Did he say it was his last movie?
No, I think he's
No,
got what 1 or 2
He's
more, right? He's
doing
got-
10.
yeah.
10
This
more?
was 8, so
This
he's
is
Yeah,
another
he's got
Kill
2 more,
Bill.
yeah.
2 more to go.
Oh, Kill Bill 3. That'd
Hold
be
on,
great.
Kill Bill's coming out? Shut up. Oh, my God. Someone tell him I want to be in it.
Yeah, let's all tweet at him. Put Sam Tripoli in Kill Bill 3.
I think you'd be good in that.
You could be maybe in Kill Bill Burr 3.
Kill Bill.
You know him. He might throw you in the movie.
I want to write a movie. The series is going now? Is it done? Oh, it's
That's
over.
from Dusk Till Dawn, the series. I think he
Kill
probably
Bill 3.
getting credit because
yes!
he made the film.
Is he directing?
Kill
that,
Bill
though?
1 is my favorite movie.
You know what I watched? Is that
Taxi
right?
Driver. What's your favorite?
I
Kill
got a
Bill
lot.
1, Taxi Driver. That
Yeah,
was
see,
fucking great.
That looks like to me like he's not.
He just
directing
wrote it, yeah.
Like the
Non-comedy?
characters, They're using the
could be anything.
characters.
I know comedies. I have like so
What-
many
what's the
comedies I
question?
love.
What are your favorite movies of all time? Your top
I love
five?
the movie Contact.
Annie
Contact's
Hall.
in my top 5.
I got like 3 Woody Allen movies in there.
I like
Does that surprise you?
Kill
Touch
Bill.
base, yeah.
This guy's got 3 Woody Allen movies. Does that surprise you?
Well, I mean, from a guy who looks like he touches children, no, that doesn't surprise me. Kill Bill, Taxi,
Coming from you.
Taxi Driver?
Taxi Driver.
Nobody,
yeah.
Taxi was an
nobody
old
has
Mr.
more to
T
say
movie,
about
remember that?
12-year-olds.
No,
It was an
no.
old Mr. T movie
The
called
first
Taxi.
Ghostbusters, I remember seeing about
mean,
15 million times.
I
I've
can
seen-
never not watch Caddyshack and love it.
Superman 2.
There's this movie High Fidelity I've seen probably more than
I
any
love High
other movie.
Fidelity.
I watched it a
What
million
movie
times
have
in
you
college.
seen the most?
Probably that, honestly. I've
Mine
seen it
is
more than
Ghostbusters 1 and Kill Bill.
The movie I've seen the most. Oh, Schindler's Fist, which is a great porn.
I've
saw
watched
Happy
this
Gilmore
porno
a
like
bunch,
1,000 times. Go on, Aaron.
The movie I've seen the most is Back to the Future, for sure.
Yeah,
Really?
mine-
I think Caddyshack is what I've seen the most. Oh, The First Vacation I probably have seen 5,000
That's great.
times.
You know what
back
movie
in
is
the
up
day.
there, but it just isn't going to break the top. But I think, and you'll never guess this one, I would say it. Doctor Strange, I thought, was so good. Like, it was so next level. Oh, the first Matrix in that, the very first Matrix
Yeah.
is in that.
Remember when that came out, and it came out when the first redo of Star Wars came out, like the first of the new 3?
Yeah.
And that was so hyped, and no one talked about the Matrix at all.
99, right?
And everybody went to go see both, and they were like, dude, fuck Star Wars.
Yeah.
That Matrix was awesome. Like,
That's
it
when
just
George-
shit on Star Wars.
George Lucas realized Hollywood had passed him by.
And that's where Keanu Reeves really hit his groove of like, I can be a big-time actor and only say 11 words per movie.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That movie would have won Movie of the Year if Keanu Reeves wasn't in it.
He says 9 words in both of. I thought he was great. I did like him in that. In both of the John Wicks, he says 11
Those
words
are, and
total.
they're so good.
Awesome.
They're
so
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
So
They're
good.
so good.
those are great movies.
So good.
I'm like, can't wait for the third one.
So good.
Yeah, me neither.
Apocalypse Now is up there. I
Yeah,
love
that's a
that.
great movie. I've seen that a bunch.
That's great.
I think I've seen probably Happy Gilmore too.
I've
more
seen
than
Pulp
anything.
Fiction
That was huge when I was
7,000
in.
times
Pulp
too.
Fiction's
school.
great
That's way
too.
up there.
Well, guys, I thought this was an awesome episode. I mean, last week we had fire and shit. This week we had black people and drinking piss. So, I mean, it's like, it's just fucking great. We found out Thibault talks more than I do. Full Metal Jacket's great too. Clockwork Orange is great. E.T. was great. I mean, they're all great. They're great.
Oh, The Shining actually might be
The
my favorite
Shining
movie.
is up
That's
there,
a great
too.
movie. Yeah,
That's
I
a great
watch
movie.
that every time it's on.
Ski School's good too.
I'm sorry, Sam.
We
that
should
I
do
told you.
we should do a top 5 list every show. We'll pick some, do our top 5 every show.
Okay.
That's have you done Ernst podcast?
No.
Yeah, that's what his is top 10. But all you do is argue with him over top 10, whatever's in top 10.
That's cool.
It's fun because it's perfect for his neuroses. So the one I did was like top 10 video games or something, and so it's literally Brent Ernst screaming, well, "You gotta put Dig Dug in there," and you're like, "Okay, whatever, Dig Dug, fine, bro, you get
Dig
it."
Dug was great, though, dude. Dig Dug was great. All right, guys, great podcast. Thank you to everybody who tuned in. The Patreon will be Saturday night. We're gonna be doing we're doing it live from the Comedy Store in the Belly of the Beast. You guys have been great. Thank you for all your support. We love you guys, your listeners. There's nobody better than Punch Drunk fans. And hopefully we'll see you when we're on the road. We'll take care. Bye,
Drink
everybody.
piss. Drink piss.
Stay dry, everybody.
Stay dry.